Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Rosharon Frenchie Burritos, home of the 3K Pub. And tonight we have a few topics we're gonna be talking about. So just stay tuned and enjoy the live. Enjoy the live. We're gonna wait for a few people to come on in, and then we're gonna jump right into it. All right. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful day and is also having a good evening. So let's see. Um, do you want to hear about how Sam's had to refund our $166? Yes, definitely. We want to hear that.
What's up, Miss Tangia? Blossom's mom, and now my bird on the lab.
All in the family.
Shout out to our legacy legend member, all in the family 706, the breeder with alopecia. Happy early Valentine's Day to the couples on the live as well.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're gonna wait for just a few more to tap in, and then we'll get this live going. But hope y'all had a wonderful day. All in the family, did you work today? How was work? I didn't do no delivery today. I stayed in, but I'll be back on it tomorrow. And maybe I might stream. Maybe I might stream this way tomorrow, but I want some feedback from you all also. If you all like the stream like this on the road, I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking of doing it like this tomorrow, and I would need some feedback from you.
Baby, Miss Tangia said Blossom heard us and she stood up.
Blossom did what?
She heard us. She said me and Blossom are watching.
Oh,
She
okay, okay.
said Blossom heard our voice and she stood up.
Nice.
Blossom girl, pretty girl Blossom, pretty girl Blossom. Miss Angie, I used to sing to her all the time.
Wait. All in the family, you work what? 14 hours? Yeah. Hey, Uncle Sam gonna love you, all in the family.
Ooh.
Oh no, but he changed the tax. I think he changed the tax thing now. So yeah,
Wow.
14 hours is a lot of hours, bro. You might need some rest.
Might. He ain't got no sleep tonight. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day. He ain't going to sleep tonight. Shout out to pretty girl Blossom. Hold on. Wait, all in the family, why you said 241 and growing? Why he said that, baby?
241 growing
241 subscribers.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, bro, good marketing will do that. Ouch, this little boy is biting me. Good marketing will do that because JD has a surprise for y'all too. Miss Tangia said work is good. So let them know what we're doing tonight, baby.
So first of all, you guys know this is some of the Sam's order came in. We got a couple more Sam's order. I don't know if y'all able to see it over to my far right. And then we had 4 pee pads came in today, 2 wipes, and 4 dog food supposed to came. So when I heard someone at the door, I checked the camera and I saw this young lady was there offloading the pee pad and the wipes. Then I went to the door after a while. I noticed she was still there. So I was wondering, like, why is she still here? Then I see her watching the camera. She went back and forth in her car, checking her trunk. But apparently what happened is she couldn't close off the app, and then she called support, talking to support about her delivery. She couldn't close out the app. Guess what happened? She snapped the picture after, and the picture says that she delivered 4 bags of dog food.
Okay. Thank y'all for liking the live stream. We just saw it through.
And this is the dog food that we use. Members Mac. So the picture says that she delivered 4 bags of dog food, 4 cases of wipes. No, sorry, 2 cases of wipes and 4 pee pad. Mine, she only delivered 2 cases of wipes, 4 pee pad, and no dog food. And the 4 bag of dog food came up to $160 something. So now we trying to figure out like what's going on. So my wife had to call Sam's and let them refund us our money, which they say is gonna be in our account in the next 7 days. So we gotta make sure that they put back that money in our account. But yeah, that was it's a good thing we catch it, because maybe if we had waited a few days more, they might have think that we really had got the dog food. But anyway, we had to reorder dog food again,
Okay, baby. Come here.
and they bring the 4 big bags. So we just here offloading some of the stuff from Sam's for the baby shower. And as you guys know, my foot was hurting me, my back. I got some Epsom salt from Sam's. Very good price.
Or did your helpful wife think about you and get you some extra? I was like,
But how y'all doing otherwise? I'm waiting on JD. I know he was busy doing something.
he's training, yeah.
He's training.
But
So
y'all, we have a question though, because we want to know who cooks for their dogs. If y'all cook for your dogs, let us know what
yeah.
you feed and how they've been doing on it.
Yeah, so
Sorry, baby.
yeah, we want to know if y'all cook for y'all dogs, because any one of y'all cook for y'all dogs, let us know. Just type yes. We have a few questions.
Right? I have a lot of questions. Y'all know me. I gotta know, baby. But
Yeah,
we're interested in cooking for Mama Dream. We know she likes mush, but you know, we want to switch it up a little bit for her and make sure those puppies come out healthy and nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to buy some dog foods before for the dogs at. We switch up the dog food couple times, but I like this Members Mac brand, because you see it have beef, brown rice, peas, all those good stuff in here. It got a good, and this bag has an expiration date. It says, oh, this one says November 26th, which this dog food will be gone by then. I think I saw one say 27. But when we used to buy dog food from Tractor Supply, it never had the expiration date.
Yeah, we didn't like that.
I find that was strange that it don't have an expiration date. I don't know if I'm able to see all. Yes, Mr. Say vegetables. Okay, let us know when you say vegetable. Okay, sweet potato as a treat.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
all right,
Oh,
yeah.
babe, show
So
them. We just got the bag of sweet potato.
so
Okay, baby.
so you buy this sweet potato and cook it? Because why we asking is we want to introduce them to cook food, but still we're gonna be feeding them the regular food, but
It'll be toppers.
it'll be toppers.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out and get your opinion because I want to start tomorrow if possible. Um, I was thinking of rice. I was thinking of sweet potato and veggie.
Oh,
Okay, so Miss Tandra,
wow.
the vegetables you buy for them, is it the mixed vegetables, the frozen one with carrots and broccoli? Let us know. Somebody message was retracted. I don't
Okay.
know why.
Okay.
Do you have this?
Yeah, don't
They're
retract.
looking for attention.
Yeah. We hope you have a good day
Yeah.
and you find happiness.
Yeah, Miss Tandra, let us know if is the veggie the frozen one you buy for them, and if you cook it or steam it, like how you do it. Frozen, okay. Does it have broccoli in it or just peas and carrot? Because I'm planning to go to the store tomorrow morning and I'm gonna cook a little bit for them. I'm planning to do some rice. I got the sweet potato here. Frozen steam. Okay, yeah, all right. So that's good. Okay. Um, all in the farm says,
No,
sis, you want me to say
no, bro.
something to them, train?
No, bro.
No, let them have it. So you know what we're gonna do? Even now, all in the family, some of them, don't worry. You see just how that guy came to your life the other day. If once we know there is scammers or anything like that, we get rid of them. But some of them they just strolling, they having a bad day, nothing to do. Leave them. Oh, she says she doesn't like rice.
Oh, Blossom.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Blossom. Oh, she also doesn't like bananas. We don't
Yeah,
know if
she
that's
doesn't like
changed.
rice, she doesn't like banana.
Yeah.
But what I will do tomorrow, I will cook a little sweet potato, I will cook a little rice, and I will get the steamed veggie and I'll give it to them as a topper and see how they do with the rice. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people use gravy too, but we don't know.
Yeah, for gravy, yeah, I wonder how that gonna work. Yeah, because we
Oh,
don't give them chicken. What kind of
right. Baby, can you check that dog food that's up there and see if chicken is in it? Cause that's gravy.
this one?
Yeah. See what's in that.
This one say for sensitive skin and stomach.
Look at the ingredients.
Lamb and oatmeal.
Oh, show them real quick. The brand, not sure. That's a Purina Pro Plan.
Yeah, we had buy this. What we had buy this for?
We were feeding them that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like a year ago.
Let me see.
Is it expired?
No.
Okay.
Let me see. This thing is in.
Can you see it?
Is in French. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I still have the music a little loud.
So
Let me turn it on.
So it says here water, liver, lamb, rice, potato, oatmeal, beef, corn oil. Okay. That's it. That's what it says.
What did it say, babe? I'm sorry.
It says water, liver, lamb, rice, potato, oatmeal, beef, corn oil.
Water, liver, lamb. Oh, it's lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they might like that.
Okay.
put like a spoon or two on the
Spoon.
top of their food with the
Okay.
rice,
All right.
they might like that a lot.
Okay. We're trying to say they don't like it. Gravy, no, I don't. Gravy, no, they don't like it. I will
Okay.
make them have. Oh,
Oh, the one.
yes, yes.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we might try a spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Um.
said Blue didn't like it.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I think I will also put some pure
Mm.
100% pumpkin in there just in case. So
Mm.
I want to slowly introduce them to it as a topper with the food, but like maybe I'll start like twice a week.
Mm.
Gradually introduce them, and if I see they like it, I will step it up to 3 times a week.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put this marker.
So steamed veggie. All right. So I guess with the steamed
Okay.
veggie, it's already pretty much cooked already. So you just heat it up a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm,
We'll try it. We'll try it and give y'all an update.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, tell them else. What else do you have planned for Alpha?
Alpha.
Yeah. Well, you plan on working with them since he is a year old now?
And Alpha. I'm planning to. I'm planning to pull Alpha every Saturday right now. So we got these bags here from Amazon, especially for pulling. And then I will do a live where we will test his sperm. So he just turned 1 year.
Yeah, January 25th.
Yeah, he just turned 1 year. So this is the bags here. So I'm gonna start pulling him from actually tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the first pull and continue pulling him because he will be he's actually our only in-house stud right now. So um
Yeah. So she
Mr. you
said,
say how about chicken? We don't some of them kind of allergic to chicken. So that's why we don't really take the chance with chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charm was the only Frenchie at the time that we knew to have a chicken allergy. I think Dream did fine on the chicken. She didn't show any visible signs. We didn't have Blue Blossom and the rest of the clan yet. We hadn't had them yet.
Hmm.
But Charm broke out really, really, really bad as a puppy, and we didn't know what was going on because his breeder was feeding him chicken. Like the whole litter, they were on a chicken formula. And then when we brought him home, he freaked out. But yeah, that was a bad time. We thought we were
No,
gonna lose
what you?
Charm as a puppy. But yeah. So guys, quick update on Miss
No,
Dream
leave her.
Girl. She is now 26 days pregnant. She's been eating slowly. I think she's been enjoying the pumpkin in her food. Babe tried to put it on the top. My girl said no, still. So he mixed it in for her, and she's been eating. She just ate bananas, some hand-fed bananas. So that's good. 4 months pregnant now, 26 days. It is crazy to even not 4 months, Lord Jesus. A month, 4 weeks, 4 weeks pregnant, 26 days. I feel like I'm not as nervous now because we've ordered majority of the stuff. So even if some stuff is on back order, it's okay. But I'm not as nervous as I was before.
Yeah, but for Dream, I'm thinking of so usually when the puppies are five, around 5 weeks, we kind of introduce them on mush, baby. We kind of introduce them on mush, So since Dream haven't really interested too much in her food, I might make her some mush tomorrow and
Yeah.
put some a little extra pumpkin in there so she don't get that runny stomach. But I know she loves mush because from her previous litter, when we make mush for the puppies, the little bit that remains, she clean up the bowl. Keep an eye on him, yeah, babe.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Thanks so much, Miss Tangia. Yeah, I have a headache again. I
Papa,
need more
leave that.
rest. Thanks, Miss Tanya. Y'all, listen. I don't know if y'all know, but when the babies turn 9 months old, it's hard on moms. It's hard. Y'all, the baby is 10 months old now and he is everywhere. He gets into everything. And trust, Dream and the baby. And y'all look at my husband in the kitchen washing dishes. I don't like to see Babe washing dishes. It kind of hurts my heart because of how I grew up. We didn't really see men in the kitchen, but he's been trying to help me out, y'all. He's been trying to help me out as much as he can. But we just vibing out tonight, to be honest. Babe was just unpacking some of the stuff. We wanted to come live, give y'all an update on Dream. Oh, I need to refill her water. But that's what's going on tonight. We're just happy to be alive.
What are you saying there?
But if somebody want to come babysit for me, if y'all feel sorry for me, I
Yeah.
understand.
And as you all know, we have one more week. Then it's gonna be the baby. The babies are learning as well. Yes, yes. Trust. So when we had our last leader, Trust was actually a baby, and he wasn't too much into the dogs. But now he's 2 years old. He's more into the dogs right now, especially Dream.
Oh yeah.
Dream is his good friend. The little baby was a little if or not, but slowly but surely the baby getting closer to Dream.
Yeah. But while I have y'all on the live, before y'all have to dip out, let me show you guys the progress that we worked on today. For our members. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it right now because I'm holding the baby. Let me see.
And then as you all know, we got one more week and then it's the big day. So maybe we'll see. Maybe you all might not see it. We'll see. Me and my wife will talk and see how we're gonna do it, but it will be my birthday and our wedding anniversary on the same day. So we will see. We might go live that same day, showing y'all our whole day, or maybe in between. We will have to coordinate and see how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, if y'all want to watch the kids for us, we understand. Don't all rush in at once. We definitely understand if y'all want to watch the kids for us. Okay, y'all. Brief intermission, brief intermission. Let me show y'all some of the stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes, guys. Let's see.
And I see that right now,
Thank you, Miss
the
Sanjay.
amount of money we spend is 4,026. That's what it looked like.
So, well, last night,
4,226, and it don't stop there.
right?
We
Because
still have a couple more
well,
to spend.
I had to make some orders last night too.
Even today,
I mean, today.
we were making orders today. We know we have more stuff to buy. Then we still have vaccine to buy.
Yeah, but I'm preparing something behind the scenes. I want to show y'all something really quickly. So look, y'all can still see my husband. I'ma just flash it. Should I flash it or should I big time it? Let me see. Let me big time it. Y'all, when I say headache, headache. Okay, let me big time it.
Watch Papa when you finish, baby.
Okay,
Look.
what are you doing? Oh, hold on, y'all. Wait, I can't big time it. Well. Let me get trust. Let me get my child. Let's see. Can you see? Wait, baby. Thank you for liking the live stream. We appreciate it. Wait, baby. Wait, y'all.
Okay, so this what's on the screen is one of our blueprints. Is a
Yes.
blueprint he have?
Yes. Yes. Thank you for liking the live stream. So we wanted to wait until at Upper Deck Frenchie's got on the live, but we know he's with the training client right now. But I wanted to shout out our blueprint member because, guys, we just did his logo for him yesterday and his YouTube channel banner, and he's already doubled in subscribers. And that's without us even uploading any new videos, but we have full managerial rights over his channel. And I love the fact that he's growing now. He only needs 20 more subscribers to start going live and for YouTube to release him. But I'm super, super, super proud of his growth. And I definitely want you guys to subscribe to his journey and let us know how you like his new marketing and branding. Of course, he is a disabled veteran. That is why we have marketed him as Upper Deck Frenchies, disabled but destined. So let us know how y'all like his new banner. I absolutely love it. But as I designed it, I thought, he might want some changes, but he loves it. His wife loves it. His whole family loves it. So we're super proud of him and his growth. Okay, then I want to turn your attention to Holiday Bullies because his wife, well, him and his wife have also become Blueprint members on the channel, and they have given us full managerial rights. So as you can see, their marketing and branding looks different as well. They don't have any videos on the channel. Their channel is now under construction, so I went ahead and changed their YouTube channel banner, and I uploaded their new logo today, guys. So I know I've shared this with the members, but I had to retouch their logo and revamp it for print style. And this is what we came up with. We absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is what it was before. And I, just touched it up and optimized it so they that's us. So
Papa, careful, no.
It can be more appealing to the eye like this. But if you guys have any questions, you can definitely, check out channel memberships if you want to learn how to turn content into cash. Now back to you, my baby.
Jason, no, Josh.
Oh, Jay Sean is back.
Yeah,
Jay Sean said both look good. Thank you so much, Jay Sean. We appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, thank
you so much.
But we are actually on day number 30, 30. 30, then these beautiful puppies is gonna be here.
So we have, so we're on day 26, but we have 30 days left.
30 days left?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the countdown. We have 30 days left.
So I need to see next week. I need to see what next week, Friday or Saturday is, because I think I want to do a next live ultrasound.
Okay. Okay, she'll be 5 weeks, so that's good.
I want to catch her around 35 up.
No, that'll be awesome. She'll be 35
Okay, so we'll see if we could do it either Friday or Saturday night. Make sure I have everything set, but we can get a good look. Well, we just ordered some more ultrasound gel to make sure we have enough gel, because sometimes if you don't have enough gel, you won't get a good look. So we make sure get some extra gel to do it. And then I want to do a next one when she's like about 50 something day.
Okay.
Yes, Saturday night. Okay, Saturday night then. All family says
Okay, all in
Saturday
the
night.
family.
And I guess
Okay.
a lot of people will have time around that time. So Saturday night I think will be a good time to do it. Maybe we'll do it around 7. We'll see.
Okay.
Give it to mommy, Papa.
Thank you,
Maybe
baby.
we'll do it around 7, but we'll definitely let you all know.
Yeah. The daycare is going hammer, bama, slammer
Yeah,
tonight.
we'll definitely let you all know, because I think by next weekend we will able to see for sure.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll able to see, and then when we reach number around 50 or 55, I want to do a next one. Yeah.
Bro said I could. Oh, I need to change the caption on her banner to say I am pregnant. Not I think I'm pregnant.
Mm.
I am pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah. I need to change it. Yeah, if y'all see what the baby's doing.
Hmm?
But I'm like,
What?
where y'all get all this energy from?
Huh.
Because mama's a little tired.
No, that's for
Y'all,
the
and I'm
dogs.
wearing my YouTube shopping hoodie that they sent us. It's so cute. Babe, are we putting up the creator and the thing on the DNA wall tonight?
No, not
No?
tonight.
Okay. My baby said, oh no. Baby, you want to cook the food for them tonight? And just have it ready?
No.
So we don't have to rush?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I
I'm trying to
can't
get it
wait.
done.
The big 6. Yeah.
I'm thinking so too.
It might be 6. It might be 6. We'll see. Yeah.
I'm thinking so
6
too,
is
all in
good.
the
I'll
family.
work with 6. Yeah. I'm ready. I'll work with 6. No, leave that. Yeah.
But how are y'all feeling, guys? What all did you accomplish this week? This is a very chill live. What all y'all accomplished this week? Because I know this week, this week came and left so fast because we were so busy. But I'm
Uh,
proud of us though.
and for tomorrow, tomorrow is gonna be a busy day, because also I won't pull Alpha live yet to show you all. I'm gonna continue working with him, but I will let you all know tomorrow how he did, and maybe how much CC I got from him tomorrow night. All right. So tomorrow night I'll let you all know. So
Well, you know tomorrow's Valentine's Day. The
tomorrow is
lovers might be
Valentine's.
out.
So yeah. We
We might
might
do a
skip.
morning,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe a morning or midday. We'll see.
Yeah. This one's for the lovers. If you're out there, let me keep you safe. Y'all know that song? Mm-hmm. Who sang that song? I think that's is that Robin Thicke? No, not Robin. I think that's Justin Timberlake. Yes, baby. You want to say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Yeah, I'm so happy we got that live ordering session done last night, because if I would have put it off to tonight, baby, I would have wanted to put it off again. I'm so happy we just pressed through and did it, because I feel like this is just the season of being LS high. Okay, whelping season is here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tomorrow we'll go live in the morning. We'll
Okay.
try go live in the morning, because for Mama Dream, I wanna try make her some mush tomorrow. Once she eat it, that'll be good. That'll also help the puppies also. And I want her to put on weight, because when they put on weight, if we usually when we know her cycle, or we know her cycle is gonna come, which sometimes it don't come the time it's supposed to come, we push more and more food on her. And once I saw that her cycle came down, I was pushing food on her. She was eating, 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 eating. But now Mama gets so comfortable in her whelping box, her bed, her covers. Look, she don't even want to eat. Just lay down in there, sleep, and relax. She don't even have time for food anymore. Yeah, but she's right there, laying down right here, just chilling. But once I mix up that, I got her. Tomorrow when I make that mush, I'm telling you, she won't bypass it. Because I'm gonna take some of this food. I'm gonna even make it easier for her. I'm gonna grind the food down. Grind it down like I'm making mush. I'm not even gonna put the hot water in it. I'm gonna grind it down, then put the hot water in it. I'm gonna put some pumpkin, some, how you call it? How you call that milk? Goat's milk?
Goat's milk.
And give her some goat's milk in it, everything. And when I put it in front, I'm telling you, she's gonna eat all.
Okay.
And if she want a second plate, I gonna give her a second plate because we want her to eat as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. The more Mama Dream eat, the better also for the puppies and the better for her after she have those puppies, because once those puppies get here and they start nursing on her, she's gonna be small, losing a lot of energy, so she gotta eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like me.
Dream, she gotta eat.
That's why I can't wait till this little baby get off of me, baby.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Okay? I'm a little tired.
That's right. Josh, yeah, he said the things you do for your fur babies. Yes.
But Jay Sean, let us know where you're from, bro. And if you want to come up and introduce yourself, let us know.
And where you located.
Yeah. Let us know where you're watching from, because you've been very insightful and helpful on the channel. And we would love to meet you if you have time. Just let me know.
That's why we kind of getting everything, most of this, well, not most, everything. That's why we getting everything right now.
Yeah.
Orders been coming through the house every day. Even today, we order more stuff. So yeah. We're gonna figure out what day next week. We're gonna do the baby shower. So we will schedule the baby shower. No. We will schedule the baby shower in advance so you all will know, because we want all of you all to be there. Everybody is invited to Dream's baby shower, okay?
Here you go, baby. You want to do it next week or you want to do it in 2 weeks, babe? Like the first week of March. What you think? I know Dream is your girl, man, but you wanna share her moment with your birthday, our anniversary, or how you feel? Because we could always do it.
We could do it the first week, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like this week introducing the dogs to new food, pulling alpha, and trying to get stuff done for the members is gonna be heavy. Okay. Yeah.
So we'll do it the first week in March. We'll do her baby shower.
Okay. Yeah, and that gives us and then she'll look pregnant.
Yes. Yeah. So right after we do her baby shower, the countdown gonna be start.
Yeah. Then y'all will be on whelping watch with us. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think it'll be more special, right? If she looks pregnant.
Yeah.
And then we have to schedule her maternity photos.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We even forget about her.
Dream is going out like me, baby.
Oh, and we forget to order her picture, her photo.
I have it. I have it on the to-do list.
Oh,
Do you want to? I have a
remind me
question.
after the live because
Okay.
I have to order some extra food also.
Okay.
So,
Do you want
um,
to get that done tonight or tomorrow?
yeah, we could do it
All right.
tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, okay, Jay Sean. You gonna read about it? You want me to
So,
get it?
I'm located in Eastern North Carolina, a small county town called Hokoton.
Hookerton? Oh, that do sound like a country. Hookerton. Baby, I'm from Hookerton, North Carolina.
Hmm.
That sounded a little country, Jay Sean. Oh, I bet you got an accent bad. Jay Sean, let us know if you want to call in. We can arrange it if you have time.
So, Jason, are you a breeder or let us know?
Yeah. Do you have Frenchie babies yourself? The community is growing, guys. It's kind of hard to keep up with y'all sometimes because y'all all over the world. Yeah. But if anybody want to call in, y'all let us know. All in the family 706 touchdown. Let's get a check in.
You want to pass? Okay, good.
We need some of y'all energy tonight. And I'm trying to make a little salad.
Miss Esperance.
Not Miss Esperanza, Miss Esperanza, not Miss Esperanza, Miss Esperanza. Guys, evening, Miss Esperanza. How are you?
Oh, he's here now. Upper deck Frenchies.
Oh, my brother. That's my brother. That's my
Upper deck
my brother.
Frenchies. We was just talking a while ago about planning on introducing tomorrow. Yeah, Daddy gained all. You see the white beard?
Daddy still fine. Trust. Don't play with it, now.
You see the white beard? Daddy gained all.
Don't play with it too.
White
Daddy
beard.
just seasoned.
Okay, so upper deck, we was talking about I'm planning tomorrow to cook them some sweet potato. I'm thinking of doing some rice and some steamed veggie for the first time as a topper on top of their food. What do you think about that? Slowly introduce them, at least twice a week until to see if they like it, and then after that I will go like 3 times a week. But again, as I said, it will be a topper on top of the food. Mr. Esperanza says, well, hope you all are doing great. Yes, we are doing great. We're doing
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you.
Just a little tad. It's whooping season.
But Upper Deck Frenchie, for now I'm not thinking of doing any raw, just sweet potato, rice, steamed veggie as a topper on top their kibble for now.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Because we trying to get Alpha Boy ready. Yeah, we just found out that Alpha is the Coco Isabella son. What? Well, we didn't find out. I guess it's been a while since I actually looked at their DNA.
He said it will be good for them. I think so
okay.
too. I think so too.
Are we gonna go live and cook that for them tomorrow, or how do you feel?
We'll see.
Yeah, we know tomorrow's for the lovers.
He said, just said, I have a few minutes. I'm not currently breeding currently. I'm looking to have my first litter of Doberman. Hold on.
Let me put his comment on the screen.
This year, I've had a few litters of other dogs before though. Oh wow. Okay, nice.
Okay, so he said I have a few minutes. Oh, okay. Y'all.
Okay.
Let me put the invite link. So they won't be able to click it in the chat, but I'm gonna actually create a post on YouTube and they'll be able to click it that way.
Okay. So Upper Deck Frenchie, I got one question for you. Do you think the sweet potato rice and veggie is okay, or just do sweet potato and veggie, or just do rice and veggie. Let me know, bro, which one you think is best. Or should I do all three? Because I see you say not too much starch for them.
Hmm. Oh,
Or do
so we
I?
have puppies that we want to thicken up. So we want starch, but I see what he's saying, not too much because we don't want them to be constipated.
It's a good blend to start with, just in small portion. All right. Okay. All right. I got you. So then I don't need to cook a lot tomorrow then, because it's just tapas and, as you said, small portion.
Okay.
All right.
I hope they like it. We'll keep y'all updated.
Yeah, I hope they like it.
Yeah. They greedy anyway. But
Yeah, I'm trying to thicken them up also, but I'm kind of scared with the raw.
yeah.
I know they will eat it, if you introduce it to them slowly but surely. I know they will, but maybe
Okay.
later on we'll see. But that's one of the plan for tomorrow. Yeah, after I finish my Amazon Flex delivery, I will come home and cook that for them. Also, Upper Deck
Awesome.
Frenchie, I know usually you always I know you always tap in on the live with me in the morning. When I go live tomorrow morning, I want you to take a look at the live and let me know. I'm gonna stream um vert-
Yeah, vertically. Okay,
vertically
okay.
tomorrow. I want some feedback on paid to deliver, okay? So
I'm
I need
coming, my baby.
some feedback from y'all tomorrow on paid to deliver in the morning. If you are able to tap in, if you are able to go over to paid deliver in the morning, just let me know. During the live, let me know what you all think about vertical. I've been streaming the other way around, but I want to try it like this tomorrow. Thank
Yeah.
you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then
Okay, baby. Yeah, the baby is so sleepy.
Miss Tonya say, perfect, yes. And Upper Deck French say, when you feed them raw, you have to warm every 30 days. Okay, deworm them. All right, understand. Miss Tonya say, yes, goat's milk, yeah. They love goat's milk. Yeah, they love goat's milk. I might put some in dream mush tomorrow for her. Since this morning I put a little hot water in her food and let it sit for a little bit. I will take that after.
Yeah, the baby's eating avocado. He's so greedy. But let me strap him. Oh, we have a question.
Okay,
Did
let
you
me
see it, babe?
see. No, I was.
Oh, JD asked if you feed. No, he said when you feed raw, do you have to deworm every 30 days? So I've never heard that
No,
before.
he
Have
said
you?
when you feed raw, you have to deworm them every 30 days.
Oh, I saw a question mark.
Yeah, because I think one time we was talking off the air, and I think he said he dewormed them every 30 days because he feed raw. Mm-hmm.
No,
Well, Tiffany feed raw.
Yeah, I'm not sure how often she be working.
Mhm.
She feeds a raw
Upper deck Frenchie say I am talk texting while I'm driving. Type on my bike. No, so he's talking. I do it sometimes. Yeah. So yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No problem. That's fine, bro. I understand.
But tell Upper that I say congratulations on his channel growth.
Yeah. Congrats. The channel looking good. You just need your shirt now. I need that 50, and YouTube release you, and you're good to go. No, that's not for you, baby. That's it. No, leave that. Yeah. But it's gonna be a busy week this week, a busy week next week, and then by time 2 weeks, Dream, you'll be what? You'll have what, about 20 days? Man, time going fast, boy. Upper deck Frenchie say I had to change my raw blend because I don't want liver in my raw anymore. Okay.
Please educate us, and I apologize. I
Yeah.
half saw your comment. I didn't see the part when you said I'm talking texting. I didn't see that part, so I apologize.
Okay, Upper deck Frenchie, tomorrow, if I get some time and you're not busy, I will call you. Maybe we could talk for at least 5 or 10 minutes of your time. I could maybe ask a couple more questions about that. Um, with the raw, we're not quite ready yet. I'm gonna introduce them to. Oh, the link is not working. I'm not
Okay,
for sure if the link is working.
it's working. Oh, so Jay Sean, if you can hear me, you have to open it in Safari, not Google Chrome.
All right, I don't know if you heard. You have to open it in Safari, not Google Chrome,
Yeah.
and it will work.
Mm-hmm. But it's exciting if you want to come on and just introduce yourself. That would be fine. Okay. And even if I know sometimes not sometimes, if you're not on a computer, your phone probably won't let you click on the link, but if you take a screenshot and then copy the link, paste it into Safari, you should be able to join that way. But let us know if you have any issues with it. I'm about to make this good old salad, baby. You want salad with it?
Okay,
Want a little bit?
just a little. Upper deck Frenchie, what the liver does? What exactly the liver does? What make you wanna stop? Okay, Upper deck Frenchie say yes, sir. Anytime, much as you all have helped me. No
Oh,
problem, bro. I
yeah.
appreciate it, man. I'll just either if you have time. So I will send you a text if you have time. I just need 5-10 minutes. That'll be tomorrow. Godspeed, okay? Just wanting to ask a few questions about the raw feeding. I know we're not quite ready with the raw yet, but I really want to start introduce them to a little sweet potato, some veggies, and all those kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yo, I wish I had video clips of it. When we were in Dominica, Babe's aunt and cousin, they have. Oh, it works. Awesome. Let me go get it. That's Jay Sean calling, guys.
Okay, okay, baby.
Let's see, Jay Sean. How you doing? Hold on. Let me put you. You're in the green room. Let me put you on real quick. Y'all, it takes a lot of courage to join somebody's live stream. Let me tell you about it. I'm so happy he joined. He's joining. Okay. Wait. Not. I'm coming, Jay Sean. Jay Shine. Thank you for
Hey,
coming
how y'all doing?
on. Good.
Okay,
Good,
we
good.
haven't got it yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You should see the change soon. Thank you so much for coming on. Let me bring the laptop
You're
over here.
welcome. Thank you for
No problem at
Okay,
all.
do me a favor. Okay, great. I was just gonna say move the comment over his head, but
Okay.
all right, we all set.
Okay. So introduce yourself. Let us know how well, I know you told us you were looking on information for bigger dog breeds and then you stumbled upon the page. You've been following for a couple months now, and then you just so decided to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I think it was last night, I was just looking for information, and your video, I'm trying to remember which video it was. I think it was like your introduction video, and I sat there and watched it with my wife, and oh man, I like their energy. So I just subscribed to the channel, and every once in a while I would go back and dig through some of your videos, and then like I said, I noticed that you guys started. Well, I picked up on it. I think it was like Monday or so that you guys were doing lives consistently. So I was like, oh, I'll just start tuning in to see what I can learn. Or pick up or maybe add to the conversation as well. Am I still on?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're still
yes, you're
on.
still on.
Okay. There, it's lagging on my end. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, out here in the country, we don't have good internet out here. Yeah.
And Hookerton, huh?
Correct. Hookerton, North Carolina. We have one stoplight here, and our closest store is about 30 to 45 minutes away.
Wow,
What?
Yeah, we're out here in the sticks.
Wow.
wow.
So you should be the only breeder, right?
Yeah, in my area with Dober. Now there are a few other people, but they're not doing it. I guess I don't want to put anybody down, but I guess like ethically, I guess that's a good way to say it. And that's what I told my wife once I got out of dogs a while back when I went off to college and all of that, and I told myself when I got back into dogs, I was going to do it the right way, making sure whenever I did breed. Or just have just another pet, I was going to do it the right way, with feeding raw, with learning my training, learn how to, get better with training and stuff like that, breeding right, and making sure I'm doing everything, crossing all my T's and dotting all my I's. So,
Mm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jay Sean, I'm not sure if you know this, but if you click the little chat, sorry, Dream. If you click the little chat icon on your screen, like the same screen that you called in from, you will be able to see
Mhm.
the chat live.
Oh, okay.
I think it's at the top right.
Right.
It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
chat.
I'm using my wife's iPhone, so I do not know how to work this thing.
It's
Okay,
okay.
that's
It's
fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
it's the top right button. But if you can't find it, it's okay. We just wanted you to be able to see the chat.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I
yeah. And I heard you say your internet service. So we actually just upgrade to fiber.
Yeah.
hmm
We the reason why we upgrade to fiber also we do a lot of streaming. We got a lot
hmm
of device. So fiber is pretty fast. The one
Yeah.
we got is really
Okay.
really fast. So
Yeah.
it's
Really.
good
Yeah,
for
they had.
us. Mm-hmm.
they hadn't quite made it out my way yet with fiber, the fiber internet. I know my neighbor, he lives probably, I'd probably say about 5 to 10 miles away from me. I seen him today. He told me that they were actually coming by his house to put down the line. So hopefully they'll start working our way, and we can get some better internet.
No, we definitely understand. We
Yeah.
definitely understand.
Yeah,
But
I do appreciate you guys doing these lives though. Like I said the other night, definitely picking up a lot by tuning in. Seeing the different products and stuff that you guys use. Um, with your Frenchies, like I said, I know we're in two totally different breeds, but there's always something that you can learn if you're willing to slow down and listen, or maybe not even learn, but you can always add to the conversation, add value in some way. So,
that is so true.
oh,
But you,
the liver. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, no. I'm listening.
I was gonna say the liver because I feed raw, and my dog, I recently, probably last year sometime, I quit feeding him liver as well because it's very funny to feed liver. Too much of it turns the poop black, um,
Mm.
and then it's full of vitamin A as well. From what I've read, if you give a dog too much vitamin A, especially with my breed, it can be a harm to them. So I was always struggling to know how to feed livers. I just quit feeding it. Because like I said, it's very funny to feed to your dog. I don't know about Frenchies, but I know within my breed, it's a little bit funny to feed.
No,
Mm.
Frenchies. They Frenchies will eat anything or everything, but they shouldn't. So
Right.
we, yeah, we have to be very mindful of what we introduce. Because I feel like when your dog starts going down, it's very you have little time to save them. So we don't even want to introduce problems. They're fine. We just want
Right.
them to have more healthy food. That's the only thing. So we don't want to introduce a whole lot of stuff and then have to deal with reactions and skin issues and stuff like that. But
Right. Right.
yeah, but we're new breeders and we're always open to learn from other breeders, new and old. We don't discriminate. But it's funny
Right.
that you said you wanted to join the conversation because we were kind of inspired to breed watching golden doodles. So we didn't even
Okay.
yeah, it's so crazy. We didn't even draw inspiration from Frenchie breeders. We fell in love with like the golden doodle um breeding methods, which is so different from ours. But if that helps you in any way, we definitely understand how you can see a breeder and you're like, okay, well, this does not apply to me, but what can I take from it? I understand.
Right. So now, funny that you say that. So actually, I made a connection with a couple. They're out of New York. I heard a little bit about their story, and I found them on social media. And I actually reached out to them. This is about 2 weeks ago, and I was actually able to get on the phone with them. We talked for a while, and they're going to be mentoring me
No.
space, but they're breeding golden doodles. So two totally different breeds, but will still apply. Each totally different breeds. So that was pretty
Wow, that
of
is
that.
funny. I just fell in love with like watching the moms self whelp. I think that's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fell in love with that.
And it makes it easy on you as breeders as well. Yes, you still have to go in and check on the moms, and you're up probably every 1 to 2 hours going in. But when you have a mom that knows what she's doing, it
You
makes your
eating this
life
thing?
a whole lot easier. I've dealt with a
I
mom
want
that
to fix my
that probably
pancakes.
should have been
Solid.
bred,
Oh,
but she was bred anyway.
pancakes.
And she was not fit to be a mom. She would step on the puppy. She didn't want him to
Oh,
nurse. She wanted to go
oh.
outside and play. She wanted nothing to do with the puppy. So it does make it easy when you have a mom that can self whelp and take some of the load off your plate as well.
Yeah, that's definitely true what you said. Like Dream, we know she can self-help, but we still um We have the time, but we don't let herself well. We'll wait after a certain amount of weeks, then we'll let her go in over, because if you see how we have the whelping box set up, we have it set up in a way where she could get access, but we block it off. No, we block it off. So when it gets a certain amount of weeks, while we here, we open her side and the puppy side. She'll jump over. You know, they gonna rush her, wanna nurse, and then when she feels like, hey, that's enough, she gonna jump back over on her side. But she's a
Right.
great
What?
mom.
And I wanted to ask. I'm not for sure if you said it in another video, but what was the name of that whelping box that you guys use,
Oh,
or
you
what
did
brand?
ask that. It's Sanini, but it's sold out. It's unavailable right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I haven't found it any other place but Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking around. I was like, man, next time I get on the live, if I remember it, to ask what that brand, because I've never seen anything like that to where you can add. I think you mentioned you can add rooms or different compartments to it, make it
Yes.
bigger. Okay.
Yeah, but we gonna still be checking for when it's available, because we put in a whelping list together where you can
Hmm.
actually click it and it will take you straight to Amazon and you will see all that you need to buy.
Yeah.
But this whelping box was almost 400.
It was 4. Yeah.
Yeah, $400. But I'm not gonna lie, it's worth it.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
worth it.
Because it's the tallest one that we found. And we went through 3. But this is the tallest one that we found. They seem to be comfortable in it. It's so easy to clean. And it's low maintenance. Like, it doesn't have screws or weird assembly parts. I love it. I love it.
Right.
But I don't know if you saw this in one of the previous videos, but last litter, no, maybe the last 2. Babe came up with this idea to separate the puppies, so he made like cubby holes. So not only can you, I'll see if I can turn the camera just a little bit. Okay. So if you can see that, okay, you can. So
Hmm.
it hasn't updated on the stream yet. Let me make
It's
sure.
up now.
Okay, it's up. Okay. So this one room can be 4 rooms
Okay.
or 2. So he came up with this idea for, I think, go home day. We had just bathed the puppies and we didn't want them to contaminate each other. So you can make one room 4 like little cubbies or 2 slender rectangles, or you can have 4 and 4, which is 8, if you need to separate your puppies if they're like sucking on each other.
Hmm.
But I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that is different. I haven't seen anything like that before.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. But we love the ease of it. It's so easy to assemble.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep checking back on it. I know you said they're sold out, but I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm gonna keep that in the back on the back burner so I can make sure I get me one. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's good, easy to clean. Everything, it could last you long. Yeah, it's a good
It's
welcome box.
amazing. Yeah, it
And
is
I'm
truly
I'm
amazing.
surprised that all of them sell out. Sold out.
Well, I feel like it's the best
Okay,
one on
okay.
Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna ask too because I literally do not know. I don't know much about this breed at all. But are those dogs athletic?
Ours are.
Okay.
Ours.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this breed.
Yeah.
I just seen
So
I've seen people advertising as like a Donna. I met a guy down with my wife and I friend, and we met a guy. He was selling his for about $10,000. But like I said, I know nothing about this breed at all.
you said 10?
10, because I
Yeah.
guess he was telling me about like the colors and all this and that. I think he was telling me that some of them can come out with like blue eyes and stuff like that. Like I said, all of that was new to me. he was telling me that, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He and I were talking, and this guy came, and he had one of his puppies in his hand, and this other guy came up and found out he was a doctor or whatever. You know, talking back and forth, and he asked him, was he a breeder? He said, yeah, and he asked him how much his puppies were, and he told him $10,000, and the guy didn't blink. He's like, okay, just let me know whenever you know you got another litter or whatever dropping on the ground, and I'll be interested in getting one.
Take it, man.
And I was shocked that that those dogs went for that. Like I said, this whole the Frenchie world is something totally different, totally new to me.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So actually, our Frenchies with the pedigree, the DNA structure, they worth over 10,000.
Yeah.
But we are veteran-owned business, and we try to keep it reasonable to help families. We try to keep the price
Right.
in between there. Like for this
Yeah, a
year,
working man. Right.
yeah. So for this breeding here with Dream right now, the puppies.
That's what we're supposed to be talking about tonight. We're
Yeah,
supposed to be talking
yeah. So
about
it's a
some.
good thing you said that. So this
Yeah.
breeding right now, we are the Rosharon Frenchie breeders, home of the 3K pup. But for
Mm-hmm.
this breeding, it's a different price. So our pricing structure has changed for this particular breeding, and moving forward, it might go up, and then maybe we might reach a time where we cap it. But for this breeding, for sure, it won't be 3K. And when we say 3K is last year it was 3K plus tax. Same thing as this year. I won't see the price now on the live, but it's gone up, and you have to pay tax also. So we are registered own business.
Okay, I understand that, and I definitely do understand. Your pricing changing and going up. From what I can see, I think you guys invested what 4,200 so far, and just supplies and stuff for this breeding. So I can definitely understand, going up a little bit on the price.
Yes, definitely. Because usually all our rest breeding was in-house. We had our own stud, which we have a stud right now, but we're not able to use him.
And it's her
Mm-hmm.
brother.
And it's her brother. So
Oh,
we had to go out and get a stud.
with this man, I'm trying to think of that stud. I seen him on one of your other videos, and he's a pretty dog. Man, is he based out of Texas? I think it was.
Say that again?
The stud that you guys are using, is he based out of Texas?
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember seeing him on another video. I can't think of his name right now. He's a pretty dog, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This breeding is special for so many different reasons because it'll be our first Merle litter. It'll be our first pied
Mm-hmm.
Merle litter. The first time we've actually stepped outside of our camp. Normally, when we want to work with a stud, we buy him outright and we bring him into the house and incorporate him into the program that way. But this was, the first of many. We normally do our own at-home AIs, like everything is done in-house. But we had to go back to the vet this time and do 2 TCIs, which were very expensive. And then we also received shipped semen for the first time. So everything was new with this litter. But
Yeah.
the baby
Okay,
is
that's
so
that's
sleepy.
good.
We wanted to talk about the pricing structure for 2026, but we hate to put ourselves
Mm-hmm.
in a box because you really don't know what can happen. So I'm happy
Right.
my husband kind of, rerouted the conversation because let's say Dream has 5 puppies, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they all come out Merle, right? Okay, we
Right.
test them, we identify our keeper or not. We're not sure if we're going to keep anything off of the litter. We have a waiting list, but it's like you don't really know what to price your puppies at unless you keep a running balance like we've been doing, and then you get that DNA back. So that's
Right. And
why
this was
I'm listening, Jay Shine. I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, was now the DNA that you're talking about, was this the test that you were showing last night on the live?
Yes, 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 yes. And the
Okay.
next thing I want to say, I was actually talking to a friend the other day who follow us on the Rosharon Frenchie Breeders, and he was asking me some question, and he was asking some very interesting question, because one of the questions he asked me was, do you sell your female for a different price than your male? Which some breeders do. They have a different price when it comes to your male and your female, but we don't do it. But by right, we should be doing it, but we don't do it because
Gotcha.
it's a
Can
reason why.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
In your program, have you noticed which one is more important in your program, the males or the females?
Okay. So I
That's a
can
great
speak.
question.
That's a great question. I can speak, and then I'll leave my wife voice her opinion on that one too. Okay. So both of us gonna voice our opinion. So for me, because we don't do a lot of stud credit,
Mm-hmm.
is it stud credit? Yeah. Because we don't do a lot of stud credit, I would say the female. Although 90% of our dogs' DNA, we have them printed up here right now. They have good DNAs. But from my opinion, I would say the female. What you think, baby? Come, Papa.
Okay, so Jay Shine, that's a great question. Honestly, anytime you want to come back on live, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please do. So, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's an ecosystem and they are both equally important because you can't have a litter without a stud, right?
Right.
And you can have a fire stud, but you won't have a litter without a female. So I feel like they both do the job. I feel like when we chose to downsize from 10 dogs to 8 dogs and then from 8 dogs to 4 dogs, I feel like we have a very fine-tuned system and
Mm-hmm.
program for
Well,
2026. And here's why. Having a stud dog in the house to me is kind of like a safety net and your security. Nothing is promised. Everything is planned, but nothing is promised, right?
Right.
But what we've learned is having that stud dog around your females kind of keeps their heat cycles regular.
Okay. Right. That makes
And
sense.
yes, and it can act like our stud alpha, he acts as an indicator to us to let us know when a female is about to come into heat.
Yeah, he's doing his I guess like the nature's progesterone test.
yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like females, like we need to be around testosterone. Like it kind of keeps us feminine.
Right.
I Yeah, I feel like just like in life, females, like human females, women can be very catty, but I feel like having that alpha male in the house and around them kind of keeps everything balanced. So I love this question. Honestly, I feel like we should bring this one to the main stage. This should be in a video because
Yeah,
that's a great
I
question.
have one more thing I would like to add to that. Next thing again is you could have a fire male, good DNA, and let's say your female didn't come in heat when she was supposed to, like dream, right? It delayed
Mhm.
for a couple months, right? But guess
Right.
what? That fire female depends on how much his start credit is. The fire male, sorry, depend how much his start credit is. If your marketing is right and you push him out there, you could be bringing in Like I mean, 5, 10,000 a month. Depends on how much you could bring in more. It just depends on how much your start credit is and how much you marketing him out there. So that start could keep on bringing in money right through the year for you.
That's a
Yeah, and
good
that's
point.
true. I recently got a ebook from a Doberman breeder. Well, he doesn't breed. He's actually just a stud service. He's based out of California, and
Mm,
he sent me an ebook on how he does his stud services, and just off one of his Dobermans, um, he was making, I think, right at 144 a year. And the way he was doing it was, I'm trying to make sure my math is right, but his stud fee was $1,000, and then the way he did it was you would pay him $1,000, and then let's say if you weren't good at marketing, he would market the litter all over his social medias and talk about it and promote that litter for you. And then so let's say you sold the puppies at $3,000 a piece, and you had 10 puppies, he would charge you 3% of whatever profit that you made from that litter. So he would off top take $3,000 just for marketing plus his $1,000 stud fee, and he was making close to $4,000 a month. And he would breed one of his studs. I think he said with one stud he was doing like um, 2 to 3 breedings a month. But he said, now I'm going off of his ebook, he
mm.
said he noticed with when his stud fees were higher, it was he wasn't doing as many breedings, but when he dropped it down to 1,000, his breedings picked up, and then obviously I think he has five dogs, but he does that same thing with each one of his dogs. And like I said, I think it's 144 a year that he was said he was making just off of his stud service.
That's brilliant. I like that way he does it. That's smart. But let me that so look at this, right?
Hmm.
I understand what you say, but look at this. So somebody pay him $1,000. When the dog
Right.
have puppies, he get 3%. But look at this. Hesse like I'm in Houston, Texas now, right? Okay,
Hmm.
I told him I have a breeding, I have a Doberman. He get that sperm to me. How he's guaranteed, even though you do a contract, how he's guaranteed that that person is going to pay him the balance
The
of money for marketing.
Yeah, see, now that's and like I said, I'm going through his book now, but
Yeah,
that's just something I picked up on. I'm not understanding how he's getting that money back,
yeah.
for marketing. I don't know if he requires a deposit first or how he's doing it. I don't think I've got to that part yet in the book,
Mm,
but um but yeah, like I said, that is an interesting question that you
yeah.
asked.
But I feel like so that's okay. I kind of look at it from two ways. In terms of marketing, it's brilliant, but in terms of burnout, it might need refinement.
Right.
Because if the puppy has not puppy, if the stud has a low stud credit, right?
Hmm.
That means everybody will want to work with him.
Right.
That means you will have to be available mainly around the clock.
That's true. Now I know he does have some guys, so he breeds European Dobermans, and there's two different lines. There's an American line and there's a European line. And so with his line of Doberman that he breeds, the European Dobermans, he requires that the female has to be a European Doberman. They have to be health tested, and then they have to be of age, and then they can't be like any weird colors. So like in the on the American side of things, you have the black and rust, you have the
Hmm.
red and rust, you have the Isabella, which is like a blue and rust, or you can say it's fawn, and then you have the albino, which is like a straight all white Doberman, which is they're super rare. But he doesn't breed to anything that's not with the standard of the European Doberman. So I know
Mm,
that from what I did read, I do remember reading that part. he said that does now filter out a lot of people from working with him if they don't meet those guidelines. Now, even still with his stud fee so low, I still like I definitely understand where you're coming from with the burnout. I'm not for sure exactly how he manages to do all of those breedings, within a month. Like I said, that still it blows my mind to try to figure out how he's doing all that in a month. So
Yeah, I mean, very high output, but I would be
yeah,
concerned about our stud's health at that point. We're not
right,
knocking any breeder, we're just having a conversation.
right.
But in the dog community, it's kind of taboo to talk about these things, but we need to. You can
Oh yeah,
overwork a stud. Like, I've seen samples where blood is in the sample
right.
Yeah.
because the dog is being overworked. So we're not really into breeding for, oh well, let's see how much money we can make, and let's see, how much money we can get. Like, that's not why we're in breeding. We're in breeding to get out of debt, retire my husband, teach other people how to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and then teach other people how to do the same. Like, that's our motto. We want to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and teach others how to do the same thing. And if my husband just so chooses to retire, although he loves to work, that's solely up to him. But that's why we're in it, for the love of breeding, but also for the power of financial freedom. Because
Oh yeah.
whether you have a stud or not, right? There are so many ways to make money as a dog breeder. Like, we have our own merch, we have YouTube memberships, live streaming, long form videos, short form. Like, there are so many ways, I find, as a breeder, that you can make money off of, like, not breeding, like not making that your sole focus, because we don't want to overwork our dogs.
Oh, sure. I know. I definitely understand that, and I definitely respect that. And that is, like you said, that is conversations that need to be had within, I guess you can say, within the industry. Because there are some people that jump in it. Especially I've seen it during around the COVID time when everybody was staying at home and everybody just had money to burn. I've seen people jump in. Especially I've seen it with the golden doodles. I've seen
I
it with
can see it.
the American bullies. There's a few other breeds where people just jumped in because they seen the trend,
Oh,
seen the
I see
market,
it.
and they jumped in and basically for the money, and then they realized that, oh man, this is way too much, and they started to just whatever I can get sell these puppies for. Let me just get rid of these puppies. And after that, they were done with breeding, but they jumped in for the wrong reasons. I seen it. They jumped in, because they seen, or I think I can make a quick buck, and got in and realized that this isn't something that I probably should need to be doing because you're not like you said, like you mentioned earlier, you're not in it for the betterment of the breed or to make sure that your dogs have a good quality of life as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's also a lot of work.
Okay.
And yeah, that too.
Give us 1 minute there, Deshaun. Just where we just
Jay Sean. Oh
Deshaun, where we
yeah.
check the comment section, and we're gonna jump right back into it. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Des.
Carso Cam, thank you so much for being here. I know this is your first time identifying yourself, but we have subscribed to your channel. Thank you so much for blessing the babies, the bulldogs, and the business. We really appreciate it. And then, not my brother on the live. Not my brother on the live. Okay, I guess the Grammy events are done because Mr. Charles Martin has some time for the little people tonight, baby.
So, baby,
So,
Corso Cam said, "Thank you all for educating me. This channel is daily
oh, I didn't even
for
see
me
that
to
comment.
learn."
Okay. Okay, so Jay Sean, we have, I'm not sure if she's a new subscriber, but she just identified herself tonight. She might be a new viewer of the live streams because like you said, you didn't even know we were going live. Because y'all might find content just by searching for certain things, and you might not realize that we are live streamers. We prioritize live streaming to do things like this to connect with you guys. So Jay Sean is here, guys. He is shedding so much light on the dog breeding community. We thank him for being here. I know he has a family and so many other responsibilities, but he's making time to shed some light tonight. And then shout out to Miss Corso Cam. I
Oh,
think she just had her first litter of 12.
Charles said he was singing today, sis.
Wow. Not my brother on that. Wait. Congratulations to Carso Cam. Upper Deck is still here, y'all. Shout out to our Blueprint member. Upper
Yeah.
Deck said great combo. And then Charles said it's your brother.
I want to jump back on that conversation. I want to say something. So
Okay.
I like the fact that he's not breeding like your like he's not breeding to selling stock credit to any and anybody, and your dog have to be a certain color or standard. That's good. What I would do if we had a great if we create a stud was very rare stud, right?
About
In
to.
house.
About to.
Well, we might
Yeah.
for this later.
Okay.
Right? If we create a rare stud in house, look what I think I would sit down and talk to my wife and think we'll do. First of all, we's not going to um his stud credit won't any and anybody can't use him.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
And also his start credit is gonna set at a certain price.
Yeah.
And for the year, I want us to have, if it's just 5 start credit for the year, is 5 and that's it. Because guess what?
We want him to be available for us too.
Yes, but
Yeah.
not only that.
No, I'm saying like in terms of overworking them.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not only that. So the man who's selling the start credit for $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he got like for the year, let's say he got 30, 40 start credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened when those puppies born, right? It's gonna be a lot of brothers and sisters, right?
Oh, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Exactly. So what happened now later on when you looking out to breed your Doberman,
oh my God,
you have to be careful.
Yes.
Make sure that
check the
that's
pedigree.
not the pedigree.
Yes, check the pedigree.
So that's the good thing about having a good stud and a rare stud. You can charge the price that you want, but you still kind of pull him, have him in house. You might start him out maybe 4 or 5 times a year, and that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. But I think that's a great convo. I like that question that you asked. I appreciate you for even taking the time to come on, but that's a very important conversation because look, everybody gonna be one to come to you to use your stud, but you don't let everybody use it, and you don't want him all over because look, it's gonna be like
you're messing up the breed, and without knowing you are, because we don't breed half siblings for a reason. When all of these new disorders, like come on the scene, it's like how, like everybody's like how, but you're not checking pedigree. You don't know that this stud is this female's half brother. You don't know. It's a lot that we can say. We might reserve that for a totally different conversation, because sometimes, y'all, we get so much flack on Instagram. When I take the live streams and I clip these conversations and I put them on Instagram, y'all, Instagram and how they think I feel like the YouTube is totally different. I feel like the TikTok mentality, the YouTube mentality, the Instagram mentality, the Facebook mentality is like, they're so different. And it can be so frustrating at times, because it's like, although we love to have fun, we're entertainers, per se, we take what we do very seriously. So it's like when people take what we're doing and they twist it, or they try to make it seem like we don't care about the dogs, or like we're only in it for the money, or I know with Blossom, it was her first and only litter. We only bred Blossom once. That was our cream compact female. They were online saying we should go to prison. Why would you let her self-whelp? And it's so fascinating to me how people see one post and they just get to going. And it's like,
Yeah, get a whole story off of it.
uh, bro, a whole Netflix series, bro. Like what? Who said we let a Frenchie self whelp? We were home. She started pushing. The puppy came out. I'm not gonna leave our mom there, just left to deliver a puppy by herself. So I got in the whooping box with her to assist, and they tore that up online. They went crazy.
Yeah,
Charles
it's
said,
weird.
yeah.
Very
Charles
weird.
said most breeders do that line breeding.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
that and that's another thing. When you sell that puppy to a breeder, okay, or
mhm.
the breeder bring up that whelp that dog, bring up that dog, and breed that mom again. We don't know what he's doing, if he's breeding brother to brother, I mean brother to sister, whatever. We don't know. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? You don't know. Once
Right.
that puppy leave, that's it.
Yeah. I want to get to some comments, Jay Sean, if you don't mind. Do you have a little time?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, so they have some questions for you, and then
Uh-huh.
Corso Cam, of course, thank you so much for being here. Y'all, if y'all want to make this a Friday hangout, let us know because we can have at least ten people on the screen, whether you're a breeder or not. But they have some questions for you. Okay, so I think our brother Charles asked, do you hold on, let me go to it. Okay. So he wants to know, are you getting a Doberman? I think he's
So
asking me.
I have one now. He's in the kit. Can you let Legend out?
Oh, his name is Legend. Oh,
Mm,
his name is
okay.
Legend. We have a legend from our second litter. Okay. Jay Sean froze a little bit, but y'all, he's in the country of North Carolina. He'll probably be back, guys. But okay, thank you for liking the live stream, guys. We really appreciate it. We want Jay Sean to come back so that he can talk to us about his journey and show us his Doberman legend. But babe, Ace has a question. Ace asked, "Is the Frenchie in this picture a hybrid?" That's a good question. I don't find that offensive. I don't find that offensive. So no, Dream is not a hybrid. She has a very, very sound structure. And I can attribute that to her dad and her mom. So Dream to me as a foundational female is very structurally sound because she has a nice full round head just like a stud, and she has broad shoulders. I mean, she to me, she's everything that you could dream of in terms of a foundational female. But what do you think, babe?
Okay, we want Skip to go look at um
He fell
he
off.
asked a question below. That's why, okay, I know why he asked, but we won't go to all the way. We'll just continue
Okay,
in
okay,
the
okay.
comment section.
Okay. Okay, Ace, I don't I'm not offended by your question. Okay, y'all, Jay Sean is back.
I'm sorry. This country internet out here.
No, we understand. Can we see Legend?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you seen him. I didn't realize my internet had crashed. This Legend, look, the kids are out, so he's doing a little bit of everything else. Well, this
Mm,
is him. If you can see him, he won't look at the camera.
okay.
I can
I'm,
see him. Is he chocolate or cocoa?
so he's like it's red and rust. His
Oh,
color kind of hard to see with sitting in the lighting.
Okay.
he's
Oh, okay.
beautiful. He's how old
Thank you.
is he?
So he's two. He just turned two in January. He's still growing. He's about 85 pounds now, so he's
Mm.
still growing.
Okay. We have to get to some of the other comments, but I have a very important question for you, Jay Sean.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you plan on cropping his ears, or you're like, no, that's not me. I'm not into that.
Uh, put bed bed. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get him back in the cage. Bed.
There you go.
So with his ears, he's too old now to crop. I got him. when he was 11 weeks, and the vets around here, they want to do the cropping anywhere between 7 to 10 weeks. So he was a little bit outside of the range. Now there was a vet that's up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's about an hour and a half away from me. That would have done it, but he was gonna cut him short, like pit bull ears, and I didn't like that. It was almost like the
Mm,
ear was mutilated. And I was like,
mm,
no, I care too much for the dog to just have them looking crazy like that. So I was like, no, we're just gonna leave them the way they are.
mm.
Wow. Okay, okay. We have some other questions. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the line
Let me
breeding
see.
comment and conversation is interesting to people. So, guys, again, we're not telling y'all what to do. We're just telling you what we do. You know, we like to educate people on what we do. We're not downing anybody who line breeds, but in our line of work, line breeding Frenchies is very risky. So that's why we kind of ward against it. But I know back in the day, Upper Deck Frenchies and I were talking about this earlier today, I believe. Back in the day, y'all, that's what my uncles and my cousins did. They line bred. So it's not, a super taboo thing to do, but they weren't line breeding Frenchies. They were line breeding like pits and Rockwallers to keep,
Right.
that bone and structure. So
And bring out some of those traits, and lock in some of those traits that they like. So,
exactly.
look,
And of
can I ask you a question?
course,
Um, so within your breed, and I've seen it within other breeds, that I follow, and I watch other people, Instagram and stuff like that. But have you noticed within your breed, like a hot stud comes along and everybody wants to breed to him? Have you noticed that basically like bottlenecking the gene pool within the Frenchie world, or is it, or does that happen with, I guess, like within the Frenchie world, like a Frenchie, that wins a bunch of shows or whatever, and he's become real popular. Now everybody wants to breed to him, and all of that. Is your gene pool a bit more, I guess, like diverse, or a bit more open, or is it kind of? I know you mentioned that it is kind of dangerous within your breed, but do you still, I guess, have a little wiggle room or a little playroom within your gene pool within the Frenchies to, like, if people breed to this one hot stud, do you have uh what's the word I'm looking for, enough, I guess, like, wiggle room to go over here and breed to another stud that's, not related to the hot stud, I guess the way I want to word it.
okay, that's a very good question. And I was actually going to hint toward this when we were talking about lion breeding. So back in the day when I used to watch my uncles and my cousins breed dogs, they line bred for that very reason. They wanted to keep that same color. They wanted to keep that same structure, right? They didn't want a variety of structure. They wanted to continue the bloodline. So that's why people, they chose to line breed. Now, today, it's so many variations of a Frenchie. And I'm not shading anybody's business. We're just, speaking from the heart and sharing our personal experience.
Hmm.
Frenchies have evolved over the years, and there are different coat colors, styles, structures. So many different bloodlines now. To where you look at a Frenchie and you have to wonder, okay, is this a Frenchie or is this something else? That's why I wasn't offended by Ace's question about whether Dream is a hybrid or not, because a lot of dogs are. I'm not offended by that. And the tone in which he asked it didn't really seem disrespectful. If someone's curious, that's why we go live to answer questions. But um I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like there is a lot of variety within Frenchies, speaking for the 2026 bloodline. I I'm not against the curls. Maybe my husband can shed some light on this too. I'm not against the curls. I'm not against the fluffy big ropes. You know, we had a fiasco maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a fiasco online maybe a year and a half ago, and we went online, recorded, and said, "Oh, we don't like fluffy big ropes." And then a year later, we ended up buying one. But right, but at the time that they were being introduced, they look horrible.
Right.
And we didn't know, you know, with our experience, we didn't know that you can clean up traits. Like we didn't know that. You know, a lot of things were being introduced to the Frenchie bloodline that we weren't familiar with, and we were just used to standard coat colors, not fluffy, not carriers, not, you know, not any of that. And if y'all have followed our journey for a while, and you know Charm, our first French bulldog, he was a fine 10 points, not carrying it, like just standard, you know, really structurally sound. And that's the look that we got used to seeing. So
Right.
when a lot of the new stuff started coming out, we were confused. But now it's like, okay, we've trained our eyes to see certain things, so it's not so off-putting, you know. So we're a little more open-minded. But in terms of running a business, right, in terms of running a business, we don't really follow trends a whole lot, because our clients, most of them are breeders, and they're looking for particular things. So
Right.
we don't, you know, we try not to introduce a whole lot of new stuff,
Hmm.
because you introduce new, you go out and spend $10,000 to $20,000 to get a new litter on the ground, and nobody buys it.
Yeah, that's a big loss, or a big lesson to learn as well.
Exactly, because this litter has almost cost us $5,000 already, right?
Hmm.
Before seeing a puppy or a profit. I have to keep saying it so when new breeders come across our content, they will see that this is not a get rich quick scheme. It takes money to make money. You have to be willing to invest in your product to get out a good product, right? So if we were following trends and investing 20 to $10,000 to $20,000 per litter, right? By the time you have the litter, a new trend is out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
That's true.
that's how, yes, that's how fast the Frenchie hybrid game is changing. By the time you go out and lock in a stud, right? That carries this, carries that, carries this. It's the hottest thing on the market. And within 2 months, something else is on the market, and nobody else is talking about the. I don't want to call out a trait, because people, you know, might have that style of dog. So I will refrain from calling out a trait. But you understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I just recently seen this. Today is Friday. I think I seen this on Monday. There's somebody that just recently started breeding Merle Dobermans, and I hope I said it right. My accent, Merle Dobermans, is the weirdest thing I ever seen.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy. But I bet it's so okay. 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 In terms of Doberman standards, because I love pinchers. Like I love pinchers. I actually saw, like, back in the day, I fell in love with pinchers at a dog show. Like this was pre-marriage, pre-kids, like, you know, just single on the scene, like just, you know, like really loving dogs, like really loving dogs. And I had never seen one before. And I was like, what is that? Like
Right.
what? It looks like a alien. Like what is? I was so blown away by their structure. And it was like five of them. I saw five of them at a time, and they all looked the exact same. And growing up in Louisiana, I was used to seeing like pit bulls and Rottweiler, you know, like vicious dogs. I wasn't used to seeing like show dogs, but I was just so blown
Right.
away. But a Merle Doberman, babe, what you think?
Hmm.
Interesting, right?
It's it threw me for a loop when I seen. I was like, I didn't know what it was until I started reading the comments, and people were like, "Is this a Doberman?" And I forget the person's name. They were like, yeah, this is a Doberman. Now I don't know what they crossed with it. It has the body of a Doberman, but color is totally off. Not within the standard at all. But I'm willing to bet you give it maybe another year or two, it'll catch on.
Wow. Okay. So you want to comment on that, babe?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so Jay Sean is a smart man. He said give it a year or two and it'll catch on. So I like the wisdom that you just shared there because instead of us downing something that our eyes are not trained to see yet, right? We just say, hey, just give it some time.
Right.
Let's give it some time. We don't know how it's gonna look, but let's give it some time because we've had to eat our words. And now, we love the big rope fluffy look, although we don't have them in house. Some of our productions are at their new families and they look amazing. And hopefully, we'll be able to work with them one day. But we have some questions if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Corso Cam asked, do you recommend keeping the rarest pup out of a litter? I have a fawn male. The mom is black brindle and the dad is solid black.
Mm, I would say if you really need a male for your camp, yes. If you don't, well, hey. Because the thing about breeding, right? If you have a certain amount of female in-house and you're looking to do a certain amount of breeding per year, I'm gonna tell you, every litter you're gonna want to keep a pup, but you can't because if you keep on keeping one, by the time you look, you're gonna have 10 dogs in house. Is what you're gonna do. So I mean, I would say if you really need a male, and depends what you want to use him for, or you trying to create something, depends on his DNA, I would say yes. Otherwise than that, I would pass and wait for the next leader.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
can I add on to that whenever you
of
guys are
course,
done?
of course, Jay Sean, I won't forget my train of thought.
No, I was just going to say it also too depends on what you're breeding for in
Come,
your
come.
program. Yeah, that pup may be, I guess, like different in color wise from the other ones, and you could, if you're in it for greed or profit
Um,
or whatever the case is, you could market him that way, say, hey, I got some totally different over here. Or like I said, depending on what you're breeding
let's go.
for. If you're breeding for, I
Let's
guess
go.
it's just as an example, let's just say you're breeding for a dog that's maybe confident or athletic or whatever the case may be, and this rare colored pup, yeah, he looks nice, but he doesn't have any of the qualities that you're breeding for. Would you still keep him, or would you
Mm,
uh, would you sell him and maybe keep maybe one of his brothers that's maybe like a normal black color? He doesn't you know look as good as his brother, but he has the qualities that you want in your program.
that's true.
Okay, so that's a great perspective, Jay Sean. I don't know where you came from or who
Hmm.
raised you, but they
What
did a
you
great
want?
job.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, your mom and well, let me not
And that was my
assume,
mom and dad. Yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
was
I was
raised.
about to say, let me not assume because grandmothers hold it down too. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's a great point. So Corso Camp, I like to think that our philosophy is if you have a feeling that you won't be able to create it again, consider keeping
Hmm.
the
Look.
rare puppy. And here's why. There is nothing worse than you letting go of a production for money and not evaluating how much of a blessing that puppy can be for your business. So sometimes right now money is not worth it because let's say, let's use us for an example. Last year, we were selling puppies, I mean, tries, fluffy carriers, color, structure, coat, like everything for 3K, right? Okay. We don't discriminate. Our pricing structure last year and this year is just one standard price, regardless of coat, color, or gender. You sell a puppy for 3K, right? Once you made 3K off of that one puppy, right? But if you were to keep that rare stud, right, you can turn your business into a 6-figure business almost overnight if you have a little patience. Whether you keep a stud or you keep a female, the 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 only issue with keeping so many dogs, like my husband was alluding to before, is you look up and now you have 10 like us. And when we had 10 dogs, y'all, I think I was pregnant. I wasn't even able to help my husband pick up a half of a dump. Like he was taking care of me, taking care of Trust, taking care of a pregnant belly and 10 dogs, and still trying to take care of himself. It's a lot of work. Dog breeding is not easy and it's not for the weak. Now, if you're looking to make money, yes, you can make money, but you just have to be wise and you have to be smart. You do what you can afford until you can afford to do what you want to do in business. And we like to move through life that way. We don't like to make hasty decisions, right? Because hasty will keep you broke. So if you're looking to grow your program, then yes, consider keeping the rarest pup once you get your DNA back. Make sure that the dog is clean. Everything that's cute is not clean. And maybe we should have this conversation too, babe, because there is this misconception. We believed it too, that clean means that the vet signed off on a clean bill of health, and that is not true. Blood work does not deem a dog to be clean.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about that another night. And I want to touch on what he said just now. So you could have a good looking pup. You done already seen that he's gonna have that little structure and whatnot, but he don't have no DNA. And then you might have this other one now, not too much structure what you're looking for and have good DNA. And let's say it's a female, you could keep that female. Look at this. This female have good DNA, not too much structure,
Right,
but you can find the right stud to
right,
pair with that female and
right.
create exactly what you need.
Oh, that's a great point. Thank you for
Yeah.
saying that too, because all of the stuff we know now, we did not know when we got started. So in business, you'll grow to know, right? You'll grow to know that, hey, the dogs that you're starting with might not be the dogs that you finish with. The dogs that we started with last year, a lot of them we don't have anymore. So,
Hmm.
like my husband is telling you, you might have to grow your program to what you want your program to be, right? So, starting the year, if you haven't set goals for your business, I would start now. We're like halfway through February, but if you are married, if you have help, I would sit down, with your spouse, and I would say, okay, babe, well, how many litters are we planning to have this year? How many puppies can we afford to feed this year? How many cages do we have? How much space do we have?
Hmm.
Okay, how much time do we really have to whelp? Not sure if you have a full-time job, but if we had more information, we could definitely help steer you in the right way. But Charles made a great point, babe. I actually want you to take this.
I
Charles
was going to
said,
ask, can I mention that as well? Official Charles Martin's comment.
of course, Jay Sean, we family now. You don't have to ask.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. He could
So
take
I
it.
have an example, official Charles Martin, where you said you can have a beautiful colored pup that has a terrible temperament. So with my dog, the litter that he was born in, and like I said, he's my dog. The Doberman that I have now, I'm not going to breed him. He's not registered, and then I've noticed some genetic stuff. But within the litter that he was born in, there was two blue, or you can call them, I guess the proper name for them is Isabella Dobermans that were born in that litter, two females. And I mean, they were very beautiful females, very beautiful. And actually, both of them had to be put down because they bit some. They each one of them attacked the human for no reason, unprovoked. So at, so it just goes to show, even though the dog is the most beautiful, because there was, I don't know where it came from within the bloodline, but somewhere within that bloodline, those two, I guess, females of that litter picked up on that aggressiveness, and for no reason, their owners were walking them down. Well, one of the owners was walking them down the street, and the dog got loose from them somehow and bit someone, and then the other female. was in a fence and the gate wasn't locked, and she got out and bit someone, and both of them had to be put down because of that.
Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that. I,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
they weren't my dogs. They were someone else's dogs, but they came from the litter that my dog was from. And the guy called one of my family members, and that's how I found out about it. I was like, man, that's
Hmm.
genetics. If you like, and like you guys mentioned earlier, if you're not reading the pedigrees or know your bloodlines or know some type of history of the dog, you know, you can get a dog, and it's one way as a puppy, but the older the dog gets, those genetics start to kick in, and then you really like, man, this is a totally different dog. So the importance of, like you guys mentioned, knowing those bloodlines, reading pedigrees, and knowing what you're investing in before you get it.
Yeah, and I think we might start to take Fridays. Maybe we might start Fridays. Go ahead, mommy call you. We might try to use Fridays for this topic. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad you came on. And if you have time any other Fridays and you want to come on, anybody want to come on, we're going to use Friday for this conversation. I'm just going to give you a little, I'm going to save that topic for next time. But next thing we going to start to do moving forward is if we ever using an outside stud, we want to know about that stud bloodline, like the grandparents, or we want to know more besides the stud. We want to know more about the stud dad, get a little more deep down into it moving forward if we're
yeah,
using any outside stud.
yeah, yep. I totally agree, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to encourage Corso Cam, I hope we were able to answer your question. But she said, I own the mom and dad, but he is the standout, meaning the little puppy is the standout of the litter. And I'm looking for a blue Corso with the right background to put him with if I was to keep him.
Mm. Okay.
So, well, let me ask Corso Cam, if you have the mom and dad in house, if the mom and dad are clean, right? You know for sure the mom and dad is clean. If you plan on testing this litter, I would choose after then. Like after testing the litter, right? I would choose then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you I think she says she wants, hold on. Does she want to create a blue Corso? Oh, she's looking for a
To,
blue Corso.
yeah. But
Okay.
that's good that she already have a vision, a plan already. So you're already on the right track. But as you said, by testing the litter and knowing for sure
Yeah.
if all those puppies is 6 pound and held clear,
Or higher.
or
Yeah.
higher,
Because Upper Deck said he plans on embarking his dogs. So
yes,
yeah.
then you can go up from there.
Yeah. Because we will never tell y'all to keep cute. Keep clean first and then cute.
Okay, she said yes, you definitely did. Yeah, but I think it was I like some of the questions you asked tonight. I think there was some great question because look, we still learning. I mean, sometimes we get calls on the business, even from breeders who breeding 15 years ago. They still breeding 15 years now. I mean, we still learning from each other. I mean, there's certain things we do here at the Rosharon Frenchie Breeders. We're not telling people, look, this is how you have to do it, but there are certain things we do, and that's how we're gonna do it here. You know,
Yeah.
and we
Yep.
try to do the right thing. We don't try to take corners, because when you take corners and try to, you end up spend more. You end up in a jam. Now you have to try to go back, and maybe sometimes you can't even go back because you end up being there. So, you know, It put you backwards.
Okay, so she said it's funny. I have scheduled the testing for February 22nd.
Okay, great.
But wait, she said scheduled the testing. Are you talking about at the vet?
Oh no, I don't think
I think she's talking about health
so
blood work.
so that's the thing. That's what we was just talking about earlier. And that's why I say this gonna be a every Friday. I'm glad most people, we have a lot of the members and breeders on the line
Yeah,
because a lot of people
that's
get
good.
confused with health when we say 6 panel health clear. No, it's not going into the vet and checking the dog, making sure. No,
Yeah,
is swabbing, sending in that, and you get back the results.
yeah,
We have one right here.
yeah. I can show you a 6 panel health
So
clear
this here, we
one
have
too.
proof that this dog is 6 panel health clear. All right, you swab. This is the
That's
DNA, or
that's DNA.
oh,
I
that's DNA. Okay,
Yeah, but this is what it looks like, guys.
yeah, this is what it looks like.
And we don't get this from the vet. You actually order the swabs. I'm happy this conversation came up
Yeah,
actually.
and we always have swabs just in case.
Always.
We just swab it ourselves and we ship it out.
Yeah. So our testing company of choice is Animal Genetics right now. They just went down on their prices. We've already purchased the dogs, well, the puppies' DNA for this litter. And here are all of the swabs that we keep in the house. That's to let you know.
And there's a certain way you have to swab your Frenchies
Yeah.
or whatever dog you swab, and then you have to leave it let it dry before you put it in. This and everything for us, we always have extra. All right.
Yeah. And the swabs are free. The swabs are free. So if you know you're about to breed or you have dogs that you want to test, just go ahead and order the swabs and they will send them to you. Whether you do blood, they have different samples for blood and like saliva
Uh,
swabs. If you choose to do dew claws like us when they're puppies, you can put the dew claw in the little Ziploc bag that they send to you. But it's a really easy process, and to be honest, it saves you time and a headache.
yeah, we've been doing dual claw is very on point. On
Yeah,
point. You can't miss. But with the dual claw, you gotta make sure the way we do our dual claw, all our puppies, we like to give them as soon as they born. We like to give them
yeah,
the collar, ru-
colors.
collars
Yeah,
around their neck, right? And that will determine what we put on the on this inside this little package here with the
yeah,
Dukla, and we ship it out overnight. So
yeah,
we don't want it to get, because once we had a shipment go to the post office and we end up, animal genetics didn't get it. We end up doing it over again. And that second one reached before the first one we sent.
right.
So
They
from
got
now on,
yeah,
we rather pay the extra money, let it get there as soon as possible.
yeah, because the place you want to get to in your business is having a waiting list, right? You want your puppies to be sold essentially and reserved. Let me not say sold because they're not sold until you get that final payment. But you want your puppies to be reserved before they're even born, right? I feel like as a breeder, that's where all of us aspire to. We are breeding for demand, right? We want our business to be in demand. So y'all, when we lost the samples, we were freaking out because people were looking for specific things, right? So if if we've already taken deposits, at that point it's like you run the risk of somebody finding the dog that they're looking for from someone else because DNA is delayed. So last last 2 litters, we decided to do claw. At birth, we had never do claw before, and do claw is you just simply asking your vet to clip the thumbnail off of the dog because they don't use it or they don't need it anyway. So we tried it out. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to harm them or stunt their growth in any way. But all of them, they were fine. They prospered. They didn't have any issues. And first sample got lost in the mail. Second sample got there overnight. Within like 3-4 days, y'all, we got the DNA back. So really, really, really simple process.
Yeah. All in the family say great conversation, learning a lot.
Okay.
Charles said great conversation. And Upper Deck Frenchie says I'm back. And
Yeah, so Upper Deck today, him and I were talking, and he said he's gonna embark his dog.
his phone with
Okay,
the
the
game.
phone. So y'all, if y'all have never heard of embarking, it's a more extensive panel on your dog. I think they test to see what percentage your Frenchie is, and if your Frenchie is hybrid or if they have any degenerative disorders. It's very, very, very extensive. So we've never you're welcome, baby. We've never done that before, but I'm interested.
Okay.
Sorry, baby, we gotta turn it on. I missed something. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back to the comments, y'all. Okay, let me see. So Corso Cam. Oh, sorry. Corso Cam said I use Embark to order the DNA kit. Definitely do this again. I work from home. Insurance producer. I will be joining again. Okay. No,
All
we
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you, baby.
Yeah, we could have like at least 3 solid topic. It just depends if we get to all 3, but we could have 3 solid topic. The software, the good thing about it is we just upgrade to fiber. Is guys, it's fast. We got the fast speed. It's fast, and the software that we use, 10 people could call in, and all 10 people could be on the screen at a time. We could set it up. If you want to call in, my wife could always put the link in the comment section. You got to copy the link and take it to Safari. All right, but I think it was a great, great, great um, time tonight. Let us know if you have any more questions. I know tonight you really hit us with some good questions. I love it.
Yeah,
Keep the
Jay
chat
Sean.
going, keep the conversation and flow going. That was great.
Yeah, Jay Sean, you were great. We loved having you on. Thank you so much for introducing us to Legend.
Thank you guys for having me. I definitely appreciate it. It was fun joining the live. This is my first time being on the lives tonight, so it was definitely fun. New experience for me as well.
And not shy at all. Jay Sean, are you a content creator?
Working on it. So my wife does a lot of content creation, and I've just picked up some tips and tricks from her. And even before I got on, because I don't get in front of the camera a lot. Before I got on, my wife was like, "Yeah, just relax and get up there and be yourself. You talk about dogs all the time, so I wear her out with dogs. So that's all I did was just got up here and just talked about dogs, something that I enjoy talking about.
And that's it. That's it. And we like to say it's a judgment free zone. Of course, we're all human beings, but God looks at the heart, and we try to emulate that. We don't judge people on whether they're a breeder or not, whether they know what they're talking about or not. If we pride ourselves on being entertainingly educational, whether you know what you're talking about or not, just come on, have a good time, or educate the people on what or let's debate our experiences and things that we've learned over the years, because I feel like no matter what you do in life, you should always be open to learn.
Right. No, that's very true, and I definitely agree with 100% with what you're saying. I think these conversations. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and they were talking about having more open and transparent conversations within the dog industry. There's a lot of, or there can be a lot of gatekeeping that happens within the dog industry. And once again, I'm not picking or anything, but sometimes some of the I guess like higher up or bigger breeders or whatever, that have been doing it for a while, and I think I can understand why they do it, to protect the integrity of whatever breed they're in, but they tend to try to like keep information from you, and I guess it's because they've seen so many people come in and out of their breed trying to make a quick buck, and they're maybe doing stuff the wrong way and starting to mess up their breed that they're in. So now these breeders are kind of, I guess, a bit more reserved on how they're handing out information or who they're talking to or who they're letting in their space. So I guess I can see it from both perspectives, but still conversations need to be had to keep, like when a new person wants to get into a breed, even if they don't want to breed, but they want info on the breed that they're interested in. I still think those conversations need to be had so we can keep the education going, so we can keep moving the dog industry forward as a whole. Because the only way that's going to happen is if we each are willing to learn and grow from each other, collaborate in some way, and like you said, even debate, um, so that the dog industry and the dog breeds can continue to move forward.
So, sir, run for president. Okay, you'll have to run against my husband, but please run for president, because what you just articulated is the most wise thing I've ever heard. And honestly, you kind of summarized my thought because I'm not sure if you know, but y'all, we have been reading The Richest Man in Babylon,
Mhm.
and it is such a life changing book of knowledge, because if the richest man in the city was hired by the king to educate the people in the city how to become wealthy, so not just one person or a group of people could be wealthy, but the whole nation of people could be wealthy, then why are broke people trying to hoard information? It makes absolute, like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't even want to turn up off of that, because I was trying to turn
You about to
down.
open a can of worms?
Yes, it makes no sense. What's up, fluffy checks? Our moderators on the chat, baby. Okay, so Charles Martin, maybe I should say the Grammy award winning artist. Okay, I'm prophesying over you, my brother. But the Grammy award winning artist said we saw the same podcast, Jai. Is
Yeah,
is your is your nickname Jai or Jay?
Jay.
Jay, okay, Jay. So Jay, if the richest man was hired by the king to teach the people of the city how to become wealthy, right? One thing that I took from, not one thing, so many things I took from the book is a part of all we earn is ours to keep, right? But I kind of
Right.
twisted that, and I started manifesting to myself, or even prophesying over myself, that we don't want to just be rich, right? We want to be wealthy, and not just in our pockets, but in our minds too. So if us establishing wealth isn't only for us, right? It's for all the generations who are going to come after us. So if knowledge dies with us, we are doing the world a disservice.
Oh, for sure. I've heard it said that each generation that comes after us, they're supposed to get better. Like I'll just use my wife and I as an example. We have 4 kids. How With everything that we've gone through, from I'm 29 and my wife is 26, 27. Um, with everything that we've gone through, and like I said, we're young, but the experiences that we've had growing up, if we don't share with what we learn with our kids and teach them the way in which to go, and then also learning something from our kids as well, because as they get older they may see the world in a different light than what my wife and I see it. And if we're not willing to come together and at least sit down and have a conversation, yes, I'm your parent, but I can still learn something from my kid. And sit down and hey, and one of my kids' name, his name is Josiah, and he comes to me, hey dad, can we talk about something? You said this, whatever the case may be, I see it in this way. Am I wrong? And I wouldn't even. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. He's not wrong. Even his perspective. We may share two totally different perspectives on whatever the situation may be, but just because he doesn't share my perspective, that doesn't mean he's wrong. I may need to slow down and analyze and look like, okay, hey, is there some truth here to what he's saying, or let me learn to see the world through his eyes. That opens up a whole nother can of worms. There's a book that my wife and I have read called dang, I don't want to say it. Love and respect. Is it Love and Respect? Where it talks about the guy looks at the world through the blue sunglasses, and the lady looks at the world through the pink sunglasses. And just because we basically look through two different sunglasses, that doesn't mean that she's wrong and I'm right, or she's right and I'm wrong. We share two totally different perspectives, but we should be able to come together, talk, have a conversation, and move forward. And like I said, every generation that comes on behind us should be getting better in some way. And I like what you talked about with the wealth as well. When it comes to wealth, and we'll just use it as a monetary thing right now. But if we're um, building wealth or leaving a legacy for our kids and building wealth, to leave for our kids and our kids, like it says in Proverbs, then none of our kids that come after us, or none of the people that come after us, should start from zero. They should always pick up. Our ceiling should be our kids' floor. They should pick up from where we maxed off at, and they take it to the next level. And then when they have kids, their kids should pick up and take it to the next level. And every generation, I like the way a guy said it. He said, every generation should be building momentum. It shouldn't have to slow down. Um, if I kept all my wealth to myself, all my knowledge to myself, now my kids are starting from zero. And he was talking about like the Rockefellers and things like that, how those like that bloodline or that last name of people, how they became so powerful was because, like I mentioned earlier, they sat down and they mapped out how to move their family forward. And like I said, every generation took what their parents taught them, took their experiences that they had, moved that family name forward. Then they taught their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids, and now you have these big families. And they seem like they're so quote unquote powerful. But he said it started from one simple thing of sitting around the dinner table, having a conversation with your kids, and teaching them how to move forward. And then, like I said, they teach their kids and their kids and their kids. And it just keeps on going. And it goes the same way within the dog industry as well.
Yeah, that I like how, hey, this is gonna be a great topic every Friday. I like how you think, because we have some my wife is a veteran. We have some veterans family members on the line. And one day I was talking to my wife and I was like, okay, we don't pay property tax. That's a plus. We don't pay for toll. That's a plus, right? And then I was like, we need to get a piece of land, acres of land, build our house, have the kids them house, family members, like big piece of land. We don't pay property tax. But then I had a other veteran. We were having a conversation, and I don't know if he heard when me and my wife was having. I don't know how he heard when me and my wife was having a conversation here at the house, because we wasn't live. But he said the same thing. We were talking and he said the same thing. He said he want over 10 acres, how much acres of land,
Yeah.
for the same reason
Yeah.
too. Like, that's what we always say. You want to leave legacy. You want to build a legacy. Also, like our kids coming up, they shouldn't be the way we grow up. Like,
Yeah.
we should able, we're not gonna just take everything when they reach 18 and say, here is $50,000, here is this, here is that, here is that. But
Right.
we're gonna set the standard and set it in a way that, look, they will be all right if today or tomorrow something happened to mommy or daddy. That's it. That they are able to pick up and carry it on for when their kids and they. you know. So I think
Right.
that's a great topic.
Yeah,
It
very
is.
wise and prophetic, Jay Sean. Thank you so much.
Like I said, once again, thank you guys for having me on. I definitely enjoyed talking and fellowshipping with everybody.
Okay, so Miss Esperanza, God's best and God's favorite, said Jay needs a collection plate. Amen, church.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then Corso Cam said she's about to drive 2 hours and throw a shoe at you. I think she said she about to throw a shoe at you. I think, but they enjoyed you tonight, brother. One thing that I would say too that God just recently revealed to me is that
That's for the puppy.
after reading, well, I haven't finished the whole book, but reading half of the book, I learned that wealth is earned, but wealth is also learned. So in school, my husband and I, we kind of talk about this too. It's like, okay, babe, well, what's the square root of 162? Do you know the square root of 162? Do you know how many planets there is? How many planets we have? Do you know the what 15th president? Me either. But I can tell you how to start a
No, no,
business.
no.
I'm pretty sure we can teach you how to turn content into cash. I'm pretty sure if you have any questions on dog breeding, dog whelping, dog care, marriage, parenthood, leaving a family legacy, the Bible, anything like that, we can tell you. But it's like, why aren't these things talked about in school? Like, what are we really teaching our children? Like, why aren't we teaching them how to balance their money? Why aren't we educating children on credit before they go to college? Why aren't we preparing them for life? Like, why? I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Maybe somebody can help me in the chat. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a conversation for a whole nother day. But it's like, I love that my husband can be home with our kids and help me navigate them
I
because
think.
I'm listening. I'm listening, Jay.
I think it started around the the industrial age when the big businesses came in with the factories and all of that stuff, and now you have dad out of the home. Dad's gone. Dad's at the factory working 8 to 10, 12 hours a day, and it's good that dad's providing because it used to be before then. And it's so I've heard another guy. I'm gonna come back to that point, but I heard another guy say this. He said, if you read the Bible, in the Bible, nobody had a job. The only people that had jobs were slaves and slaves, servants, and then like people that fought in wars. But other than that, everybody else was a business owner. And you had the within the home. It just I like history, but going back in history, in the home you had mom and dad, and then let's just say they had a girl and a son. um if I remember correctly, mom would raise the boy up to about 4 or 5 years old, and then the son would go off with the dad and learn whatever the trade is that the dad was doing, whether it was like woodworking or blacksmithing, all of that. And so now you have dad running the family business. You have him teaching the son how to run the family business, so to where when the son gets of age, he takes over the family business. And let's just say, dad is able to retire, and then the daughter is learning how to steward the home, cook, clean, and take care of the home. And that's just, and I'm not saying that that's what a woman is for, but back in the day, that's how they did things. Just from what I've read and seen and stuff like that, and even what my great grandparents taught me. And then, like I said, when the industrial age came around, and now you have dad out of the home, now you have mom taking on a lot more of the responsibility of, now she's raising both genders of kids because dad is out providing now. And now the babies are going to public school, and now they're in public school, which is nothing wrong with public school. But let's just say they're in public school, and now they're been taught God knows what they've been taught in public school, and they're and I'm trying to keep this because I can take this whole another way, but I'm gonna say it like this: they're teaching the babies on how to get a job to go work at the factory. I'll say it like that. And so now, instead of teaching them something that would move them forward, they're teaching them stuff that like fluff and stuff that they don't really need. Like I remember going to schools, half the stuff I was taught I hardly ever use now. And they're teaching them stuff that they don't really need. Now they're getting out in the world lost and confused, and they don't really know what to do. And so now, like, let's go back to say what you were talking about with balancing the checkbook or how to balance their money or whatever it is. If you don't teach them how to balance their money, they're willing to spend that money a lot faster. And so now they're going out, and because they don't know how to balance a checkbook or balance their account or how to budget or anything like that, they're just all willy-nilly. And now they're turning our babies into not communists, but they're turning them into consumers. That's the word I'm looking for. They're turning them into consumers because they don't really know how to balance the checkbook. They don't really know how to balance their money. They think that that, let's just say I have $100 left over in my account, but they fail to realize that I've created, or I've spent that $100 already today, with these small transactions. But because they never looked at their bank account, you know, they're like, oh, I have $100 left, but I've stopped at 3-4 different gas stations, spent that $100, but they just haven't hit that count yet. And later on tonight, when it does hit the count, now I'm overdrafted. And so now you have because once again, mom's out of the home, or excuse me, dad's out of the home. Mom's probably out of the home now because the cost of living is going up as well. So now you have both parents working. The kids are raising themselves. They're in public school. The teachers have become the parents, or other classmates become the parents, and they're teaching them just any and everything now. And like I said, they're teaching them to become consumers now. They're throwing all their money away. They're not really thinking about, and like we were just talking about a few minutes ago, they're not really thinking about leaving a legacy anymore. Now they're just thinking about, hey, I'm just trying to make it through the day. If I can just make it through the day, make it through one more day. Everybody is in survival mode now. And I was reading in a book today. The author said, slaves don't dream dreams. When you're a slave to whether it's debt, or slave to the job, or slave to whatever it
Question.
is, you're not going to have a chance to sit down and think about,
Thing.
man, how can I move my life forward? How
Wow.
how can I become more financially free? How can I love my wife in a different way, or love my husband in a better way, or raise my kids? And you, like I said earlier, you're just thinking about, man, I just need to make it to Friday, and I get my 2 days off, and I'm back at it again. Because and I like I said, I'm not hashing or attacking anybody, but it's just like, man, I'm a slave to my job, or to my house. I've seen people, I know some people personally that are slaves to their house. They bought too big of a house, and now they're slave to it. They have to work to continue to keep that roof over their head, because keeping up with the Jones mentality. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I can keep going with it.
So Jay Sean, become a content creator tonight, please. If you need help, memberships are open. We can teach you how to turn content into cash. Brother, my husband just looked at me with the eyes of an angel, because I'm pretty sure you've helped a lot of people tonight, and I just
Yeah.
saw a thumbs up come through. I really want to be quiet right now and have my husband express to you how he can't even talk. He's saying no. Like, he can't even talk, because these are the conversations that me and him have on a regular. Jay Sean, I didn't
Hmm.
know people live with cash until Babe took us to his home island. I, in my small mind, growing up in Louisiana, then coming to Texas for grad school, going to the military, retiring, I still never knew that there are economies or ecosystems that don't survive or thrive in debt.
Hmm.
People build their houses in the island with stone cold cash. If I
And
don't
that's the way.
have it, exactly.
Go
If I
ahead.
don't have it, I don't have it. If the lights get turned off, some of them don't even have lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some of them don't have running water. But guess what? They have gardens. They know how to fish. They know how to hunt. They have gardens in their backyards. They don't need food because food is abundant around them. They live past 100 years old, but they want to come here, and I'm like, no, we want to come there. Like we no, y'all stay where y'all are. Keep making the land better. We're coming back home. Like we're coming back home. So you just stay put.
Go let mommy
I
open it.
feel like as business owners,
Go let
right?
mommy open it.
Cultural diversity is so important. Inclusion is so important because if you keep identifying with who you are taught to be, you will
Mhm.
never find out who you are. And I know a lot of thank you, baby. I know a lot of times we talk about DNA for dogs, but y'all, we need to be DNA in ourselves. We need to know what countries we come from,
Oh,
what
look, mommy
what
talking.
continents
Go
our
there.
bloodline originates from. Like this conversation tonight has blessed me so much, y'all. I'm so tired right now, but I feel so recharged and thankful
Yep.
that we're having this conversation at the beginning of the year because y'all, this time next year, everybody on the live or who is watching the replay should be miles ahead of their peers. Like everybody should be miles ahead of their peers because now you know you can create financial freedom for your household. Like whether you are the breadwinner of the family or not. That's why we have chose to breed Frenchies. Faith, family, and financial freedom through Frenchies. Like that is what we are trying to establish. We don't work this hard for ourselves. We have two small boys that are coming up. We don't want to leave them a life that's raggedy. Like they're struggling. We struggled. Our parents, like we don't, and I'm not saying our parents struggled. Our parents do well for themselves, right? But what I'm saying is in terms of entrepreneurship, because something you said earlier is so mind blowing, but it's actually a very real revelation that is not spoken on. Y'all, biblical truth. They did not have jobs. I've never said it because I didn't
Papa.
want to offend anyone, but they didn't have jobs. They did not have jobs. They were all entrepreneurs, even the women. We'll have to continue this conversation.
Yeah, because even we were talking, I think, yesterday, so we had that conversation yesterday or day before. I know that for sure. Back in the Caribbean, we don't pay, well, in Dominica, where I was born, we don't pay property tax. You build your house and that's it, right? Here, you pay property tax. Okay, fine. You buy a new house, you pay property tax. Okay, fine. But when the house is finished paid, why are you still paying property tax? Then you have someone who works all their life, right? All their life. They buy a house, pay the house for 30 years. Now they reach 80, 90-year old, right? Now you come build all these business around them, force them now, property tax go up to leave their house where they've been living for 40, 50 years. Now, where you want them to go? They can't work anymore. They old. You know, and I was telling my wife the other day, I was looking at the news where in some state, I can't remember the state, the woman is 80 something or 90 something years, and they're trying to get her out because of property tax. But you can't build all these things around her, raise the property tax. Now she can't afford it. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty unfair.
Yeah. Yep.
That's and that's why I didn't even know things like that happen over in different countries about with the property tax and stuff like that. But yeah, going back to your point about DNA or and being willing to, I guess, like leave, and it may not always be that you're leaving physically, and I don't sound like I'm attacking anybody, but leaving like family and stuff physically, but
Mm.
it is biblical. Go back to Genesis 12, when God told Abraham to leave his country, his people, and his family, and he said, "I will show you where to go, and I will make you into a great nation." But before he could uh, become whoever it was that God
The,
needed him to be, he first had to um,
Okay.
get away from the old mindsets, get away
Right.
from those that maybe would have limited him. Because you think
Right.
of how hard it is that you're trying to grow and change and become, and to uh, get out of the bucket.
he was doing
And
so
now
well.
you have, and it can hurt that you have now family, people that you thought were close to you and loved you, and they're pointing like, who do you think you are? This is what we're known for. This is this is how this family is, and are you trying to become better than us? Like, no, I just want better for my life, for my wife, and for my kids. Yes, this is may this whatever may have run in our bloodline, but it runs out with me. There's got to come to a point where you just kind of like, you get tired of being tired and tired of experiencing the same things and seeing the same things. It's like, man, I got to make a change. I got to be willing to move, or um like I said, it may not be moved physically, but it could be moved mentally. How start changing the way you think, or change the way you speak. I've heard people in my family say, I'm broke, or I'm always going to be broke. And I caught myself saying that, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And I've, had to have a conversation with myself. It's like, no, no, just because that, they may say that, that doesn't mean that's my future. I serve a God that can do exceedingly abundantly above all that I can ask or think. I serve a
Amen.
God that owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and then owns the hills that the
Amen.
cattle are standing on.
Amen.
There's so many different stories in the Bible, of how God has taken a rough situation and turned it around for good. One of my favorite stories in the Bible has been, here recently, has been, the story of the widow woman, and was it Second Kings 4? I think it is, or First Kings. I think it's Second Kings chapter 4, where she didn't have the all she had was a little bit of oil and flour, and
Yeah.
she made, the prophet told her, to make me some bread first, and then go collect the jars, and when um when you pour the oil, it's not gonna stop until you stop, until the containers stop. And how that story, she had enough money to pay off her debts, and then had enough money for her and her son to live comfortably. But when you read the beginning of the story, she was dirt poor, about to eat her last meal, her and her son, and die. And how
Yeah.
God came, brought that man into her situation, and worked through her situation, and her whole life turned around as well. And that just goes to another point with that. When it comes to, I've realized this is for me, but I've realized when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to changing your life or wanting to see God work in your life, you got to meet him. You have to be willing to do your part as well. Because I used to have this, I guess, misconception that, oh, pie in the sky, God's going to drop a blessing on my lap for it, and he's just going to turn my situation around, and I can just sit back and do this. Like, no, you have to get out there, and you have to be willing to, like my mom always used to tell me and my sisters growing up, you got to meet them halfway. Show them some faith. Show them something that you're willing, that you're at least trying to do something, and he will come in and he'll guide you, and help you turn that situation around.
Because faith without works is dead. That
Exactly.
saying is so true. But it took me to become a wife to understand it. It took me to become a mom to understand it, because I used to have this weird philosophy about God and provision and peace and happiness too, because I was allowing the world to teach me. I wasn't biblically sound, although I grew up in the church. Another conversation that me and my husband have all of the time. That's why, in business and in life, whatever you do, right, it has to be sound. It's like, why do you believe that? What, who taught you that? Like, why do you believe you, okay, going back to what you said earlier, you found yourself saying that, okay, I'm gonna be broke too, or something like that. Like, okay, well, I only know broke. So if I'm gonna be broke, I'm gonna be broke really well, because this is all I know, right? But it's like, why do you believe that? Like, we have to challenge our thoughts. Like, why do you believe you cannot sell a litter out before the puppies drop? Why do you believe that? Who have you heard say that? Why do you believe that God can't bless your business within the first year to scale to 6 figures? Who told you you can't? Why do you believe that God won't send you your spouse? Why do you believe that God won't heal your womb if you find yourself to be barren? Like, we have to challenge our beliefs, because sometimes what we believe is not true, especially if it's not biblically sound. So Jay Sean, I'm being honest with you, brother. I feel as though you are a prophet. I feel as though you should really talk to your wife tonight and see how y'all can come up with some type of plan to get your voice and your face online, because my husband has he's not a man of many words, but he's a little silent tonight.
Yeah, he reminds me of my Nigerian friend. Yeah, he told me you got to speak it into it, existence. And the other day, I called him and just check up on him and asked my wife. We stayed over 2 hours. He was ministering to me, man. He was ministering to me so much that the came over him. He started speaking in tones, and but he's a man. He really, look, man, he always encouraged me every day. We always check on each other. But man, he was ministering to me like over 2 hours. For real. Yeah.
If I can say this, and this is I guess it's the whole God thing, how this whole thing worked out tonight. But something I had been praying about this whole week was actually it's weird, it's so funny that you're saying this, but content creation, because I didn't know what to get online or post or talk about, and that's something I've been praying this whole week about with God. Is like, hey God, like, I feel like you're calling me to do something with the content creation. My wife already does it. She's good with it. And she has her own lane with what she does. I'm like, God, what can I do to or post or whatever, talk about with content creation? How can I go about this? Because I feel like you're telling me to do it, and you said it a few times tonight, and I just sit back here smiling to myself. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see God. So I know that you're telling me to go this way. Now, what's the next step? What do I need to get online and to talk about? Because I just don't want to get online and rant and blow smoke and stuff like that.
Okay, we can talk, but so here's the thing about what happened tonight. um how natural you are on camera, one, but how natural you are with sharing God's truth is very rare. Sometimes people will check the temperature. Oh, is it okay to talk about God? Is it okay if I mention the Bible? It's like, is it okay? Our Heavenly Father woke you up this morning. We never have to check. It's
Mhm.
offensive to him to even try to separate church and state. There is no separation. And that's why we lead our business as being faith first. We put faith in everything we do. So now my husband becoming a content creator, right? Him putting his voice online, his story online. He has, like, I'm sure his mind is blown. Like, there was a whole community waiting for him. Almost 9,000 people in less than 2 months. Like a
Wow.
whole community of providers and fathers and people who are looking for a financial breakthrough was waiting on him, right? Not me, but him. And there is a whole community waiting on you and everybody else on the live stream. There are communities of people, nations of people that are waiting for you to step out, have faith, right? And just speak biblical truth. And it doesn't have to be preachy, right? It doesn't have to be salesy. It's just a natural conversation, because regardless of whether you believe this or not, some people might not ever step foot in the church, but they might talk to you, right? So even in 2026, we kind of have to get out of the mindset of, oh, well, I don't go to church, or I go to this church, and if you don't go to church, you're going to hell. It's like, we are the church.
Hmm.
We are the church. So if a
Exactly.
person never steps foot into a biblical building, right? If they meet you, baby, they've gone to church, or they should have. Okay, and even if you know one scripture, okay, one scripture, you've done someone a good service. But Jay Sean, I had to stop myself because I felt like I was about to go off on the deep end with just knowing one scripture. So I have to stop myself. But because but and here's why. God has been so good to us. If we know more than one song, we should know more than one scripture. So
Amen.
I had to stop myself. The same way we know things about the world, and we pride ourselves on knowing how to breathe and knowing what medication and knowing whatever, we should be able to talk to our friends and encourage them in their times of weakness, because life is so short and you don't know when someone's last day will be. You don't know if someone is on the brink of taking his or her life, right? So me having a military background, I've lost so many friends. I just don't talk about it, but I've lost so many friends due to them believing for a split second that no one cared. All it takes is a second for someone to take their life. And now with the men that we're raising up in memberships, it's just so mind blowing that it's like, okay, this little girl from Plaquemine, Louisiana, God, you're trusting this little girl from Plaquemine, Louisiana to lead your people back to you. You're trusting me to teach men how to put their story online. Like you're trusting this little girl that survived police brutality, right? To teach other people that your life could literally be taken. Like all that you work for, your life could be taken in a split second from an irate person that's supposed to be spreading peace and love and not hate. So
Hmm.
that's why, and I've never said it, but that's why I'm so intentional when I meet people, and I'm so interested in hearing people's story, because we should all learn from one another. Like if it's something that you know that we don't know, help us, teach us. If you see us doing something wrong, that's why I always ask for feedback. If you see us doing something wrong, tell us what we're doing wrong. We're not, so big that we can't be corrected. But that's why we go live too. But bro, it's a whole nation waiting on you.
I appreciate that. Um, Memberships. Where do I look at for those?
So it's on our channel. If you go to the Rosharon Frenchie Breeder like homepage, buy,
Uh-huh.
subscribe, you should see perks,
Hmm.
and you can see the membership tiers. But depending on
Okay.
what your needs are, that will, determine exactly what you need. What that's redundant. Depending on what your
Okay.
needs are, that will determine, the tier that you and your wife decide to get. But we're very intentional, and when God gave us the assignment to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and teach other people how to do the same, and I told my husband, I'm like, babe, how are we gonna do this? Like, how are we gonna do this? And y'all, when we bred Dream's second litter last year, huh, babe? When we bred Dream's second litter last year, and we started going live, and when I tell you, when we started seeing those numbers, we weren't even monetizing. We were going live every night. And I don't know if people thought we were doing it for money, or like, we don't make money from live streams, y'all. Like we don't, it's like pennies. But we do it because we love it, and we want to like really commune with the dog breeding world and dog lovers all around the world. But we don't make like much money from live streaming. So that's not why we do it every day. But we were live streaming every single day. And when I tell you, like, people were saying, like, my mom is in the hospital. Can y'all, like, we're looking at puppies, but people are coming on live saying, my mom is in the hospital. Can y'all pray for her? Like, I'm like, wait a minute. Like something is shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you know we're saved? How do you know we can pray for you? Like
Spirit
how
knows
do you
truth.
like what do you sense about us?
Yeah, I just said spirit knows truth.
Wow, that's very telling. But we want you guys to be encouraged. Like we want you guys to get out of debt. We want you guys to stay out of debt. Whether it's through dog breeding, whether it's through products, content creation, business startups, like whatever it is, my husband and I have a wealth of knowledge. Whatever it is, if we don't know it, I'm pretty sure we can find someone who does know it. But I just wanted to speak to the men because I'm so blown away by our kings. So my husband just started his YouTube journey after we came back from YouTube LA. All in the Family 706, the breeder with alopecia. We have helped him market himself and identify his God given talent, which might be a disability or a quote unquote physical ailment or whatever to other people. But people's lives are being changed. Like he has never come online or presented himself in front of people without a hat. And to
Mm-hmm.
see our brother live with his community, walking through, like helping people overcome depression and anxiety, live, like ministering to a person live across the country. It broke my heart in a million pieces, and God had to put it back together. And then we have Upper Deck Frenchies, another one of our members, a Blueprint member. He is he's another disabled veteran just like me, and we have refined his marketing and his branding, and now his catchphrase is disabled but disabled but destined.
I like
And
that.
it's like it's mind-blowing how what if we wouldn't have done it? Like what if we wouldn't have become breeders? Because we had, and I'm gonna pass this to my husband, but we had so many obstacles. We had so much go wrong. We invested so much money up front because we kept getting scammed. But what if we would have said no to God? We would not even know what was on the other side.
Yeah, we even had that topic the other day. Like, look, like just imagine if we had just give up from the beginning with all what happened, especially in the beginning when we start to we didn't even breed yet. We buy these dogs, then start learning about the DNA, health. I will always say health. Don't matter how good that dog looks, don't matter how much good DNA that dog has. Please, health come first. And when I say health, don't take the dog to the vet to get a checkup. No, I'm talking health where you swab, do claw, send it in, and get the results. Because look, thank God again, we had the money to even able to lose that 40 something and come back and say we still going back. That, that's the topic. That's what me and my wife was talking the other day, face to face. Like, thank God we had the money, and even if we had, even by having the money, we still decide to move forward again and clean up the camp and start all over. You see, and look where we are today after a year of, you know, how much nights, how much days, nights sleep. It's a lot of work, a lot of energy, and now we are about to welcome another leader with two young boys. Um, it's a lot of work and rough, but guess what? We still decide we're gonna push each and every day. And no matter how much tired we is, we still decide we're gonna go live, even if it's for 5 minutes. And majority of the time, we show up, say, you know what, we tired, but we just wanna um come out for 5 minutes and talk to our community, and then sometimes it end up being an hour, 2 hour, you know. But Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Like,
having faith and just putting
yeah.
in the work, because after that 40 something thousand, we could have said, you know what, I'm done with this breeding. I'm gonna take this rest of the money and invest in something else. But we decide no, we still gonna go back in and look where we are today.
There you
Wow.
go. Sticking with it.
But you have to. That's anything in life. And that's why you cannot separate church and state, because whether you're breeding, whether you are working for someone else, whether you are a contractor, whatever it is, you need faith. You need faith in something. Okay, so we are believers. You know that's not a secret. It'll never be a secret because God has been too good to us for us to hide where our strength comes from. I'm tired out of my mind right now. Like my mind is so heavy from the conversation, but also from the weight of this week because we spent a lot of money to get this litter off of the ground. And although what we do is a blessing to a lot of people, it's costly. Like it's so costly. And my it's a lot I could say that I'll just reserve for another conversation, but for anybody listening and you feel inspired by the men that you heard from tonight, my husband and now Jay Sean and Charles Martin in the live chat and um all in the family, even Upper Deck and the ladies holding it down, Esperanza, God's favorite. I love her spirit so much. Fluffy Checks, Carso Cam. Y'all, I'm so thankful for our community because even if one life is changed, right? Even if one family tonight says, you know what, I'm getting out of debt. I'm getting out of debt and I'm gonna stay out of debt. Like I'm gonna share my story online and I'm not going to try to take credit or be responsible for the outcome. God will get the glory. But I'm gonna start. Even if one family tonight decides in their mind that I'm tired of living like this, I want to change my life. Yeah, it was worth it. That's why we go live to show y'all it's possible. It's possible. You just have to, sometimes we have to see someone doing what we've never saw done before. And that's not to fault our parents. I do believe some parents do the best that they can with what they're given or what they choose to build. But it's 2026. I like to say it's 18-year-old millionaires, just like it's 80-year-old millionaires. So it's the middle generation, that has to catch up. But Jay Sean, we enjoyed you so much. Hopefully one day we get to meet your wife. If you have any questions for us, my brother, you never have to ask. We're family now. We're family now.
No, no,
And I
Papa,
know
no.
I was off camera. Of course, my husband has the boys now, but we manage. It's not easy. And now they tearing the house up and it's almost 11 o'clock.
I I definitely understand. My wife and I, we have 4 kids. So it's I definitely understand what you're going through.
Yes, sir. But thank you so much for making time tonight. And let's see. Of course, I know I missed a lot of comments, but hey, Miss, yeah, I missed a lot. I missed a lot.
We'll
Okay.
have to go back and.
Yeah, y'all, we have been live for 3 hours. It feels like the whelping nights, huh, babe? It really does. Thank you for liking the live. So Miss Callie girl is here. I don't know if we told you, Jay Sean, but this is a triple live tonight. So we're streaming on Rosharon Frenchie Breeders, our dog breeding business, Pay to Deliver, Babe's Fatherhood and Finance channel, and Miss Dreeks, which is my married mom entrepreneur channel. But
No,
Miss,
you didn't tell me. This is the first time I heard that.
so you are across the interwaves tonight, sir.
Yeah.
So you have been introduced to 3 different communities tonight.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, I definitely enjoy my time here, hanging out with everyone. And I'm gonna pick my camera back up. I have actually I posted a few videos on my YouTube channel, and I just never stayed with it. I got kind of discouraged and left it alone. But I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna pick my camera back up and start, I guess, talking, start having conversations back in my camera again, and see where it goes.
But it's not a camera, it's your community. So always
That's
remember
true.
that.
That's true. Yes, ma'am.
your community. But if you need any help, we do have memberships open for, there well, the introductory tier is just overview. So if you just
Hmm.
kind of, want to get your feet wet, you're like, okay, let me test this out. Let me see if they really teaching people how to turn content into cash. We have the Dream Catchers membership tier named after our first litter, and then we have our Legacy Legends tier that is like for the people that they ready to go. They like, oh, coach, I'm ready to go. I want to learn how to turn content into cash. I want access, and I want to be able to call you when I run into issues, because you will run into issues. And then the upper tiers are for businesses or brands who are like, okay, I don't have the time or the knowledge. I just need you to do the work for me, hand the channel back over, and then just let me, film, edit, and record. But whatever you need, we are here. Memberships was not the conversation tonight, but memberships are open. If anyone is interested in learning how to turn content into cash, we would love to help as many people as we can. And Miss Corso Cam said, I started simply posting shorts just from this channel. Y'all have not failed.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're gonna see if every Friday we can have certain topics. And again, whoever wanna call in, you can call in, and we go from there. We'll try to have it. We'll try schedule it, have it a particular time. We always try to say yes, we could schedule it for 7 o'clock, but it just depends on the boys. But we will try our best to go according to the scheduled time.
Yeah. But Jay Sean, if you want to take us out, let the people know who you are. For those who may have just joined us, I'm gonna grab the boy and then let my husband do the final closeout.
All right. I guess for those of you that just joined, I'm Jay Sean Cotton. Located in a small country town called Hookerton, North Carolina. Married. Been married for 8.5 years now. We have my wife and I. We have 4 kids, and we're excited about getting back into the dog world, getting back into breeding. And like I said earlier, I'm thankful that you guys have given me the chance to hop on the live and chat and communicate and just converse with everyone. And I appreciate you guys taking the time. And I know we were only supposed to talk for a few minutes, but we've been up here for a few hours now. And it was definitely a good time. And like I said, it was my first time been on a live stream as well. So new experience for me. And once again, I appreciate everything.
All right. So before I even close it off, right, I always have this thing saying nothing happens before its time. And that is so true. Because guess what? You was able to come on tonight. We was going live just for a little while to update our community. You came on and you was able to have the time tonight to even talk to us, because although it seems like you was gonna be on for 5 minutes, you were able to stay on for, I guess, more than an hour, almost 2 hours, and we appreciate it, bro. um, we enjoyed the conversation. I sure the community enjoyed it. You asked some wonderful questions. We'd love to have you back some anytime we live and you're able to. And we're gonna try see if we could make this a every Friday thing. We know we go live every night. The only thing, once we start whelping, maybe it's gonna be a little different until after whelping. But before whelping Fridays, yeah, we can tap in. If for whatever reason we unable to do it Fridays, we will let you all know, and we'll move from there. But I appreciate everybody on the live. We want to shout out all the members also, and thanks everyone for always supporting the Rosharon Frenchie Breeders. We love y'all. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see y'all on the next live. All right. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Good night.
All right.